He's going to give you a hard time. You watch.
Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley.
And you're up.
I thought you might play Everybody's Working for the Weekend to come in here. Happy Friday, Albuquerque. You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Wonderful Friday. The roads are thawed. People are driving like, I don't know, 10% better maybe. I was out running errands all day, and they're not driving 100% better, that's for sure, because they're finishing wrecks all over town today. What's the infatuation with tailgating people?
I hate that.
It doesn't get you there faster.
Never.
It's not me, bro.
And
It's the car in front of me,
and they'll go
and the
around
car in
you,
front of them.
and they'll go around you, and you think they're getting ahead, and then you catch up to them at the stoplight.
Yes.
And you're like, where did you go? Did you really get that far, you idiot?
You're right, Mike. You end up at the same place at the same time with that person.
And speeding around town doesn't help. It doesn't get you there faster. I don't know if everyone's math is that bad, but that's not how you get to the place on time. You don't speed. You don't cut around people. No. You don't tailgate people. It's like, you know how many wrecks there were in the last 48 hours with the icy roads?
Man.
And then they melt, and you think you're like, I want to get you into the Facebook stream here. I'll try to reload that.
Got you.
Dave and Buster's presents Two Men On, and we are back home today at the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio.
See, I mostly have liability insurance, so when it gets bad out there, I don't go and drive at all because
you shouldn't be on the road then, Mike, at all.
Back there with Mr. Liability Insurance, super producer Mike Vitale, a danger to everyone in the community, apparently.
I hate when people tail. I don't know about you guys when they're right on your back. So usually what I used to do, especially when I was living in Vegas, I'd tap my brakes, and that would get them to notice. And they go around you and give you the finger.
See, I do that as well.
I tap my brakes if they do that.
But only when they're looking straight ahead. I know their attention is forward. If they're tailgating and paying attention, I'll give them a little tap. But, hey, back off, dude.
Yeah.
I know you're emasculated by my Prius going the speed limit and your giant truck.
I don't know, man.
I know your feelings are hurt that you can't drive over my car, but it's not me. It's not me, bro. It's the 10 cars in front of me.
Van, that's very dangerous in today's day and time for both of y'all. These people will pull out on you. When I say pull out, I don't mean their car. They will pull out on you. I've seen too much stuff in the news. I don't play with it. Too much road rage.
Yeah, the road rage is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
It's not old school road rage either.
I'm sorry whatever's going on in your life is happening the way it's happening. I'm sorry you're running late or whatever, and you're going to be 10 minutes late to wherever you're going. Leave earlier. You don't need to put everyone around you in danger. Just leave earlier, bro.
That's it.
Like 5 minutes. 10 minutes earlier. I got that off my chest. Can I be done? Can I be done with it?
You had a lot to say.
It's just I saw like 2 wrecks happen, like feet away from me today, like just bumping into each other. They're not paying attention and they're tailgating each other. And I saw it happen in slow motion. I'm like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Boink. Yeah. It happens. Like if you just like, it's easy. Like when I was in driver's ed, it's very simple. 1 car length for every 10 miles an hour you're driving.
3 if it's bad weather.
You're going 35 miles an hour. That's 3.5 car lengths back while you're at 35 miles an hour. That gives you the stopping time not to slam into the person in front of you. It's very simple.
Well, it sounds like they missed out on the wrecks the other day and was like, let me catch up and get my tally in today. There shouldn't be any wrecks today. Come on.
It's just a regular day. There shouldn't be any wrecks.
From the texter, friend of the show, Joel, friend in real life, Joel, He's going to make bumper stickers for Albuquerque drivers.
Oh, this is
If
good.
you don't like my driving, you should have left 3 minutes earlier.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great one.
Why not 10
Good one,
minutes
do it.
and take your time with it?
Yeah.
You could listen to the soothing sounds of Van Nunley, Fred Slow,
There you go.
and Robert Buck D. Gibson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, while you're cruising around. Take your time. Spend your commute with us. No reason to be in a hurry.
Maybe
Let's hang out. Let's have some laughs. Let's talk some sports. Quit running to minivans because you don't know how to manage your time.
Listen to some calm rainwater for about a couple of minutes, and then you won't be so bat out of hell type of driver.
Well, see,
Mike,
that's
you're trying to put him to sleep now.
that's
there
my
you go.
I fall asleep
Yeah.
to rain sound.
Yeah, I don't.
You're gonna
need
make
that.
me.
Yeah, no, I need to be awake, cognizant, and alert.
You're gonna make the guy ranting on the radio about bad drivers be a bad driver by falling asleep at the friggin' wheel.
Got to do something.
I just noticed our doors open. I hope our neighbors enjoy this conversation right now.
I'll go get it.
A lot going on in the sports world. NFL talk, NBA talk, MLB lockout talk, quarterback landing spots next year, the coaching carousel, Suns winning streak is over. We got some lovely guests today. Locker 505's Kim Kirshner is going to be with us.
Very lovely.
Rebecca
Very lovely
Look.
lady. She's very nice.
Rebecca Look of the Isotopes will be joining us. And the Burke famous, my favorite guest every week, John Lopez of John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy, going to be bringing that heat.
I'm very curious to see what he has to say. Very curious.
I'm sure he's mad that Tom Brady retired the day after Big Ben
took all that
took
shine.
all of his thunder. He's probably road raging it.
Both the same.
Close enough, right? 4:30, Kim will be calling in. We're talking about Locker 505 and what Albuquerque can do for children in need. Big shout out to O'Neill's for putting us on with Locker 505 and anything Kim and Locker 505 is doing in the community. We're behind. You're going to see us there, and we're going to be yelling about it on the radio because we love them and we love what they do. The boys are going to be at the Super Bowl all next week.
Oh boy.
My,
out
my,
LA.
my.
If it wasn't LA, I was going to say this city ain't ready for the boys, but it's LA.
Yeah.
They chew up and spit out dudes like us all the time.
More
So
than
I
ready.
think LA is going to be ready for us,
More than ready.
but we're going to be bringing the heat for sure.
Well, the
all
thing
next
about
week.
LA, it's like cities within city. You got so much flavor of diversity and a lot of different fun areas you can go to. And Robert's from there, and he can tell you that.
That's what I was telling people. I just came from Dallas, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to the Super Bowl?" And I was like, the Super Bowl is really in the hood.
It's Inglewood,
Yeah,
son.
SoFi is right in the middle of the hood. Like, we're gonna talk about the fans and all that later, but yeah, you got to remember, it's not when you think of LA, like
People think of Hollywood and the glitz and the glam.
SoFi is right in the middle of the hood. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think of Rosecrans.
That's super hood.
You
That's super hood.
want to take me out for when we got some free time and play hood chicken with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
See how deep in the hood I can go without telling us we want to turn around.
Well, I
I
was
was like, okay, Robert, that's enough.
I was gonna say we can start in Watts, but we won't start there. We definitely don't want to start in Watts. We'll fluff you up. We're starting Carson.
Okay,
Carson's kind of
that's diet hood.
that's
Okay.
diet hood. But then
Warm me up.
Yeah, there you go.
If I don't get robbed by a pit bull, we're not there.
There you go.
I didn't even give you an introduction today, did I? Sitting across from me, the best in the biz, Robert Buck D. Gibson, just made it in to the show by the skin of his teeth.
Yes.
Just landed back in Albuquerque from a little family trip to Dallas.
Yeah.
The good part of Dallas where they still have power.
Oh, yeah. My sister lives in the great part, Cedar Hill. I was watching the news and I was telling you, I was like, oh, there's power outages. She's like, not for us. Not for us.
No.
We're okay.
We have 2 generators in the basement. Loving us some NFL talk today. So excited for next week. So excited for the Super Bowl. So excited to bring you the best interviews and the best content right from the LA Convention Center and right from SoFi Stadium in beautiful Los Angeles, California.
I'm excited.
We already got a star-studded lineup of interviews booked already. We're going to drop them on you next week. So stay tuned. Stay on the edge of your seat. As we're going to have more interviews than we can actually air. So you're going to have to subscribe.
There you go.
To @TalkABQ on the interwebs. 2 Men on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you stream your content. 2 Men On is on there. Look for us on social media. Look for us everywhere on the internet. We are @TalkABQ. You want to talk fights when we get back?
Oh, I can do that all day.
Not the sanctioned ones. Not the UFC or Bellator ones.
Nah. The real ones.
We're talking real fights. We're talking parking lot drama.
Yes.
You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On. And boy, are we lucky to be friends with New Mexico Pinon Coffee. They do so much for the community and flat out make the best coffee on the planet. Make sure you check them out. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Traffic this afternoon, we do have a couple of slow spots to make you aware of. Northbound on I-25 from Cesar Chavez to about MLK, seeing some congestion that's causing some slowdowns. Things pick back up after you get through there. Also, southbound on I-25 from Osuna to Montgomery, moving slow. And out in Rio Rancho, southbound 528, we've got slowdowns from Sarah Road to Westside Boulevard.
You should plan for the expected and insure against the unexpected. Get a quality life plan. Call 858-GATEWAY. That's 858-GATEWAY.
This report brought to you by Gateway Insurance.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic
Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The biggest game of the year. And the sports animal is taking you to the heart of it. Listen to 2 Men On with Van and Fred. All week live from Radio Row in Los Angeles. Brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hooday! They headed to the Super Bowl.
This is your Super Bowl 56 station. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
When some people peek under the hood, their first thought is, what's all this? You may as well be asking them to translate hieroglyphics in the Valley of Kings. If, on the other hand, you know automotive inside and out, from starter to tailpipe, good news. We're not looking for translators, but we need great mechanics like you.
If you have 5 years experience working service space, Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair is hiring. Simply email your resume with contact info to leonardtire@aol.com. Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair has the career you are looking for.
Valentine's is Monday, February 14th. Say I love you early with flowers from People's Flowers. People's Flowers carries a stunning selection of classic fresh cut roses, as well as a variety of beautiful floral arrangements. Place your order early and have your arrangement delivered early so your loved one can enjoy them all through the holiday. Shop in-store at any of People's Flowers' 4 locations. People's delivers locally or around the world. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
We're making life sweeter. Blake Slaughterburger is blending strawberry cheesecake milkshakes. It's our rich and creamy strawberry milkshake blended with a slice of real cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake milkshakes from Blake Slaughterburger. Available for a limited time.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. If the insurance companies treated you fair after you've been in an accident, we wouldn't be in business. They have teams of adjusters, investigators, and attorneys that are all working against you and want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When we call, the insurance companies listen. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't settle for less. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, Trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1.
Identity, you have none. What's your personnel look like?
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Here we go, guys. And you're up.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Had a blast at O'Neill's yesterday. Vital says it was our best show ever, but he says that after every show, so it's hard to believe.
Thanks, Mike.
When
it was
you're-
like top
when you're,
10.
when you're on the road.
Oh, okay.
He likes
he had
us.
his bangers and mashers, and he was ready to go yesterday.
There we go.
Excuse you, Vangers and mash.
Whoa.
Ah,
Whoa.
So what Mikey is saying is he likes it better when we're not here. I don't think it has anything to do
it's
with.
not true because I
us-
like to look at people across the. Did you see I cleaned the window here so you can see me better?
Yeah, it looks great.
So it's easier. I like when you guys are in studio, but when you're on the road, you're real good.
It's the last time it's been cleaned since me and Fred did it. Me and Fred sparkled this studio a few months ago.
I just thought Mike used to have a little wacky tobacco over there. Just kidding. Like, why is it cloudy? It was just the glass. Yeah.
Our side's clean. Why is your side cloudy?
Couldn't be because I had gummy bears edibles.
Ah, see, there it is.
Mike, I'm gonna have to get you to come clean my my lens over here because I was telling Van I have this light-skinned.
You got the Mahomes filter.
Yeah,
Mahomes.
the paper brown sack filter.
You got the Jeter filter on.
I got that glow over here. Bruce Leroy.
LA fans are at it again.
Can never have nice things.
Can you just quit fighting people over sports?
Never mess with someone you don't know, right, Robert?
Well, there's that.
That also. But a lot of these, it's funny that it's LA fans because they're not real fans. You're just fly by night. Hey, we have a winner. Now I'm a fan. Just doing stupid stuff.
I can't believe it, man. Like after the Dodgers Giants fiasco where there were multiple fights in a short amount of time, one guy got hospitalized. His life is completely altered. I'm talking about the stabbing from a few years ago. Actually, way more than a few years ago now. It's like 10 years ago now. Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you learn your lesson? Like, you can talk all the smack you want. You could have all the fun you want. Don't let it get physical.
Right.
I'm going to tell you something, sports fan, football fan. If you get too emotional and you want to get into a fight after the game, there's 53 people on that team. None of them care about you.
Zero.
They're all millionaires. They all have their own lives. They all have their own hobbies. They're not sitting around like, oh, man, I wonder what John from the Crab Shack is doing outside in the parking lot right now. I hope he's yelling really loud and fighting people for the team. No. This is sports. This is entertainment. Grow up.
You know what I found, though? All of these people that get into these altercations, you look at them, you can tell they never played sports.
Yeah.
They never played sports. Yeah. And that's why they're so invested in all of this stuff, and they take it to a different level.
And if you haven't heard the story, before the Niners-Rams game last week, there was an altercation outside in the parking lot, this time before the game. where, they're still studying the video. They're still getting, eyewitness accounts. It's still a developing story. But allegedly, a 49ers fan pushed a Rams fan, and the Rams fan turned around and popped him in the face. He fell down, hit his head on the concrete. Now he has a broken skull, and he's in a medically induced coma. So the brain swelling won't give him a stroke or et cetera, any worse damage. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can talk all the smack you want. You can have all the fun you want. You want a great example? Loyal listener, friend of the show, you know me. You know I'm an Astros fan. Born and raised right outside of Houston. Went to the Astrodome growing up. Went to Minute Maid growing up. I mean, it was Enron Park growing up, but went to Astrodome. Went to Enron. Went to Minute Maid. Talked all the smack in the world. Last year, we go to Denver to see the Astros play the Rockies, and me and Fred talk smack to a whole section of the stadium. Like, we were standing up, ribbing people. People were making fun of us because I had on my Astros gear, calling me a cheater, calling me the worst person on earth.
Right.
So it was all in good fun.
Right.
We knew it was not going to escalate. We were talking smack back. We were telling jokes. We had a blast. We were buying each other beers. Rockies fans were buying us beers. We were buying their beers. We had so much fun, but we knew not to take it to that next level. I don't know what it is. And I know it's hard to blanket this whole assault rage by sports fans as one lone gunman. You know what I mean? It's one bad person doing one bad thing. But why does it keep happening over and over again? You don't see this before and after the ballet. You don't see this before and after the theater. This is unique to sports, and you see it more in football, and you definitely see it more in soccer overseas.
Oh yeah. That's a whole different entity over there. I think it has to do with the vicinity of where the games are played, because a lot of people don't remember when SoFi first opened. The very first preseason game was the Rams versus the Chargers. Fights everywhere. Then you look at, I've been to Raider games, Charger games, Raiders versus Chargers, fights everywhere, both in Alameda, both in San Diego when they were there. I just think it's the nature of these fans. Also, remember, there was a fight involving a couple where the woman ends up starting a fight with a guy and gets her guy knocked out. And this was in Pittsburgh, I believe. I think it's a mixture of COVID. We were on lockdown. So there was a whole year we couldn't go to games.
Sure.
Then you have alcohol.
Sure.
And then you just have the people who've never played sports, and they just take this to a different level. When you mix all those three together, you're going to get this. I don't know how they can stop it, because you could say, well, if we just trim down the alcohol consumption, you can't keep up with that.
Right.
That's a part of the experience.
And Vincent,
everybody should be adults. That's what I say.
And I appreciate being a passionate fan, because I'm a passionate fan.
Same way.
But I have the ability not to take it to that level.
Right.
Even, like you said, with the alcohol X in the equation. 505-246-0610. Connect with us on the Sports Animal Hotline, 505-246-0610. Give us all your hot takes on the Sports Animal text line. When the friends of the show call and Mikey V deems it appropriate, we let you on. Friend of the show, Vincent, what's happening, my guy?
Well, you're talking about NFL fan fights, and I am the preeminent expert. I mean, I study these NFL fan fights week to week.
Okay.
And I rank them.
Here we go.
Now, the one, unfortunately, outside SoFi, I don't have the video for that. So, and I'm not making light of some guy going into a coma or anything, but I've ranked these fan fights this year, and SoFi Stadium seems to be kind of a magnet for, and that is the number one fan fight, and it was against the Rams played the Titans.
Yep.
And this one dude, he knocked out two guys in a matter of, I don't know, 15 seconds. It was brutal. My number 2 was a game in Kansas City where, I mean, you can get all of these on YouTube or whatever. Some guy, I mean, he knocked out a dude and he kept pounding him.
Yeah.
It's just, but this is a kind of a common occurrence now in the NFL. So I'm thinking maybe that a solution would be to start letting people, forget about scanning people when they come in. Let them bring in whatever they want.
Oh, goodness.
Bring in, you can pack, whatever you want. And let's just air it out that way.
Gladiator style, huh?
Number 3 was a game in Philadelphia, which of course is always going to be in the top 3 of fan fights.
Philly don't mess around.
Well, there's some guy, I don't know why he wear a Chiefs jersey to a game in Philadelphia, but he did. And he was older than me. And he just, him and his wife, it's one of these Philly guys, typical Philly guys, like 5'5", 250 pounds, pushed the wife away and just started pummeling on this guy.
Yep.
I mean, I love these things. This is why the NFL is so great to me. I love it.
Not the games, the fan fights. I'm just waiting for the first guy to get tossed off the upper deck, because a lot of these incidents happen in the upper decks. If you notice, because they're the cheap seats, and it's not exactly the creme de la creme up there, a fan, and so that's just, like I said, I've studied this. I'm about to write a thesis on it, so if you guys need any help, let me know.
Okay, well, yeah, keep listening, as this is going to be an ongoing story, and I'm sure we're going to touch base on this a little more.
Well, no, I mean, we're going to be off. During the Super Bowl, all bets are off on the Super Bowl. There's not going to be any fighting or anything, because that's all corporate stiffs. Bunch of guys, and they're not wearing suits, but they would be the guys that wear suits. I mean, nobody's going to be fighting at the Super Bowl.
Well,
but I mean, a regular season game. I mean,
it still is SoFi.
I think I think people should be able to just bring whatever they want into the game. Let's just settle this issue right there. Some guy gets mad, boom, take him out. That's it.
Friend of the show, Vincent, bar fight enabler and NFL fight historian.
Is this last name McMahon?
Thank you for the call.
Vincent McMahon just called us. He's setting up all types of fights.
I guarantee you Vincent still has a subscription to bum fights on the internet. When we get back, Kim Kirshner from Locker 505 tells you how you can help underprivileged youth in the Albuquerque area. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger. We're making life sweeter. Blake's Lottaburger is blending strawberry cheesecake milkshakes. It's our rich and creamy strawberry milkshake blended with a slice of real cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake milkshakes from Blake's Lottaburger. Available for a limited time.
All right, traffic this afternoon. We're looking pretty good out there. We do have a couple of slow spots. Southbound on I-25, Osuna to Montgomery moving slow. And we are seeing some congestion and slow spots on northbound I-25. Those go from Cesar Chavez until about MLK.
Start your new year with a new space. Make your 2022 home projects happen with the home equity loan or line of credit from Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Well, every other station calls it the big game. We call it the Super Bowl because we're Albuquerque's exclusive home for Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl pregame starts at noon for the Super Bowl, not the big game.
They're going to the Super Bowl. They are going to the Super Bowl.
Ah, that feels good. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Your home for the Super Bowl every year is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or maybe German to land a new job, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern, conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel, language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
New message. Thanks for coming. Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Respond, yeah, I think so. I'll text you when I make it home.
You think so? Okay, calling an Uber. I think so isn't good enough.
Getting an Uber is cheaper than getting a DWI. Drinking and driving has consequences. Got the message? Get a ride. Presented by Bernalillo County DWI Planning Council.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.
Kim is standing by.
I'm here at the Big Game headquarters. Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you, I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score
30.
One winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age and majority as 11-11-22. Equal housing letter licensed all 50 states.
Here we go.
3030. The NFL entities have not offered to sponsor this promotion in any way.
Talk sports with us. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The
And you're up.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Big shout out to the Electric Playhouse. We're going to have a wiffle ball league, digital wiffle ball league from there in March.
Cannot wait.
Keep your ears peeled. Keep your ears to the ground, friends of the show, baseball fans, wiffle ball savants, as we're going to have a digital wiffle ball home run derby league. And it's going to be a blast.
Yes.
Friend of the show, Kim Kirshen of Locker 505 joins us. Kim, have you ever fought a dude at a football game?
Well, you remember I'm a Browns fan, right?
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
That's a lot of anger.
Yeah, it is. But I have never fought a guy or a woman or a child, for that matter, at a sporting event. So yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. I think there's bigger fish to fry out there.
Sure, I'm sick of these stories that some overzealous drunk sports fan assaults somebody because you got their feelers hurt because the other guy likes the other team.
Well, see, now you know how I feel, right? Again, being a Browns fan and an Indians fan, you get a little beat up, but that doesn't mean you strike back, so to speak, emotionally,
Well, yeah, you do it enough to yourself. You don't need to hurt anyone else.
Exactly.
Kim Kirscher joined us, Locker 505. Check out locker505.org, 505-294-1647.
Yes, sir.
Just had a little fashion show. How's
Yes, you did.
how's the feedback from the fashion show?
Oh my gosh, I just can't tell you the awesome feedback that we've gotten from everybody. The Sheraton Uptown, Albuquerque Uptown, was the venue, and we've had so many people say, "Gosh, I didn't know they had such a great venue. What a great place to have an event." And everybody was so nice. And we have just, Catherine Smith, who's an 18-year-old model that actually produced the show for us. Just was a rock star. And I'm having to convince people that she's only 18 and that she's graduating from high school this year. Nobody will believe me that she's that mature and was able to pull this off and stuff. So it's been interesting, but everybody said, models, what a great show. People that had attended, what a great show. The only thing was they missed van modeling. That seems to be the biggest complaint.
I'll tell you what, I'll make up for it at the golf tournament.
Okay.
By attempting, I'll do my best to be the best dressed.
Okay.
What? Hold on, Kim. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
And when I say best dressed, I mean ridiculously dressed.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. Robert, I knew where he was going with that. That's what you were going to warn me about, weren't you?
Yes, and then I was going to say, now I'm in the fold as well. I'm not half bad looking either. So it's going to be a tag team effort here with me and Van.
Okay. All right. I'm we'll get those pictures taken, get those up on the we'll put them up on our website. We'll let people vote.
Yeah, there we go. I like that. I like that idea. I just want to go to sports a little bit. You said, and when I met you, that was one of the first things that you told me. I am a Browns fan. I was very surprised. You're very proud of it.
Yes.
But I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you happy that Odell Beckham Jr. is in the Super Bowl? Here we go.
That's a hard one. I'll be really, really honest. Talk about mixed emotions, right? Could you ask me an easier question?
Nice.
Jeez.
Well, you're the only Browns fan that I know, and I've wondered, what do Browns fans think and feel about Odell being in the Super Bowl? So I was like, I have to take this chance.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a tough one because of some of the background and stuff. It's kind of like, does he deserve it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I would probably ask a different Browns fan. I'm just such a...
I think I got my answer.
You're the only one we know.
I know.
Okay, there are more Browns fans in this city. I'm just telling you. I actually know a few of them. Yeah, that's a tough question.
So
I can't wait for him to come out of the closet too one year.
What I'll do, Kim, next time you're on the show, you have to go back to the Browns fans and get their answer, and then you could give it to us.
Okay, Perfect. That's what I'll do.
There you go.
That's what I'll do. Yes. Well, there's a Browns backers club here in Albuquerque, and I don't go to it very often. My dad used to go, but he's passed away now. But he used to go quite a bit. So maybe that's what I need to do is go show up there and just say, okay, guys, I need, we're going to do a quick poll here.
Yeah, check the temperature.
Yeah, see what everybody thinks. That's what I need to do. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm a proud Browns fan.
The Locker 505 inaugural 4-person scramble golf outing and silent auction coming at you Saturday, April 23rd at the Sandia Golf Club. My favorite or second favorite golf course in Albuquerque. It's absolutely beautiful. If you haven't played, boy, do we have a reason for you to check it out. Go to locker505.org/calendar, and you could get your team together.
Yep.
You can golf as an individual.
Yep.
And we might punish you by putting you with me, Fred, and Robert.
Yep.
So you never know.
That could be interesting, huh?
Very.
Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do is, have people bid to be able to play with you guys or not to play with you guys.
Bid to not play.
That's where the most money.
The lowest bid gets stuck with us.
Yeah,
that's more like it.
There we go. Oh, I'm loving this. But yeah, you can just go on our website. It's easy. It's a link. It takes you directly to register. it's a piece of cake. I'm really happy with the people that set up our website for this. It's quick and easy, and we're getting some teams. We've got about, I don't know, I was looking today, 6 or 8 teams already signed up.
That's great.
So you guys need to get in there and get that done. We do have an early bird special that you get about $25 off per golfer if you register before the 21st of February.
Excellent.
So get on that.
And looking for sponsorship opportunities as well. We got what sponsors have been taken so far?
None. I don't know where they're at.
Well, no, because Two Men On is going to sponsor one of your tee boxes.
That's
so
right.
you at least got one.
That's right. Well, and Fred, and I think the Gladiators were going to do one.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff. So I think, Fred put it out there that he's going to get 18 sponsors for us.
Oh, that's a very Fred thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just take it all upon himself, lump it on his shoulders.
So
if anyone could do it, it's Fred.
Yeah. So he's already put it out there that he's committed to getting us 18 T-Box, and those are $150 sponsors. So he's like already promised.
Well, he's got 2 down, 16 to go. So he's on pace, I think.
Yeah. So I don't think he'll have a problem either.
So loyal listeners, friends of the show, make sure you go to locker505.org/calendar. Sign up for the inaugural golf tournament, April 23rd at Sandia Golf Club. We will be there causing a riot, having as much fun as absolutely possible. If we don't get calmly escorted off of this thing, I think it's going to be a failure. But if you're a golfer out there, you got a company, you got a group of buddies, this goes to a great cause and an absolutely wonderful person. And we're so honored to be a friend of yours, Kim, and be part of everything you do out there.
Well, thank you. You guys are wonderful. We appreciate you so much. Can't tell you how much. And I miss seeing you calling in today. I have to tell you, that's kind of sad.
Well, we can't do it next Thursday. But
I know. I'm going to miss 2 weeks with you guys.
I know. So the following Thursday, we need to make sure we link up at O'Neill's. And I'm pretty sure we'll be at O'Neill's in the Heights in 2 Thursdays.
I'm going to make my O'Neill's presence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of missing seeing your smiling faces, but I'm listening.
Kim Kirshner, Locker 505, locker505.org, 505-294-1647. Anything else for the listeners before we let you go, Kim?
Thank you to everybody, and you guys have a safe trip to the Super Bowl.
Thank you so much. We will. We'll have a safe trip there. I don't know about the safety while we're there, but we're going to try really hard, I promise.
Well, I'd like to see you come back.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too.
That's
All right.
Kim Kirshner of Locker 505. Probably, I hate to rank it here, but probably my favorite friend of the show. And luckily, we got a partnership with Locker 505 and O'Neill's, which we are at 4 to 7 every Thursday, but not next week, as the boys are at the Bowl. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Raise your hand if you like burritos. Put a Taco Bell $2 beefy melt burrito in that hand. Seasoned beef with a 3-cheese blend. Put another beefy melt burrito in the other hand. You're welcome at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. Price and participation vary. Tax extra. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Well, we have a crash to tell you about southbound San Mateo. It's just north of Academy. It's blocking the far left lane. A 2-car crash there, so watch out for that. Several slowdowns this afternoon here in the metro. Southbound I-25, we've got slowdowns. They're going to last until Montgomery. Slowdowns westbound Alameda as you head towards the river, and southbound at Montano, moving slow as well.
This report is brought to you by Lobo Basketball.
Lobo Basketball is back. The Lobo women's basketball team returns to the pit to host Wyoming on February 5th. And they're right back in action on February 9th, hosting Air Force. Tickets are available at golobos.com/tickets. We are New Mexico, and this is Lobo Basketball at the pit. We'll see you there.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Let me take a moment and wish a very happy birthday to somebody who's actually been a pretty prominent person on my radio program. The thing is, I would wish the legend Oscar De La Hoya a happy 49th birthday, but I don't need to, because if you've seen pictures from his birthday photo shoot, you already know he's having himself a great birthday. I'm Jim Rome.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back, and we're kicking off the action again with the largest official game of Super Bowl Squares ever. Here's the play-by-play. There's millions of dollars in prizes, and a bunch of lucky fans are gonna win big. Every single score change will draw one lucky winner from the square to win $50,000. That means touchdowns, field goals, extra points, safeties, even a 2-point conversion is a winner. 50 G's. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. There's one way to enter, 2 ways to win, and 0 reasons not to play. See rules and get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of 50 U.S. and D.C. of age of majority. Ends 11/11/22. Equal housing lender licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities have not offered or sponsored this promotion in any way.
Telling it like it is.
The Los Angeles Rams should send a thank you note to the Detroit Lions. Thank you, Lions, for 13 years of chaos and trailing, and Matt having no running game and get the hell beat out of him for 13 years. Thank you, Lions. Jared Goff didn't win that game.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
New message. Thanks for coming. Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Respond, yeah, I think so. I'll text you when I make it home.
You think so? Okay, calling an Uber. I think so isn't good enough.
Getting an Uber is cheaper than getting a DWI. Drinking and driving has consequences. Got the message? Get a ride. Presented by Bernalillo County DWI Planning Council.
John Thomas Jewelers is going to make this Valentine's Day easy for the guys. With any jewelry purchase of only $199 or more, you get a dozen red roses and a box of chocolates absolutely free. Wait till you see the look on her face when you give her 3 gifts this year. Come experience jewelry shopping in a whole new way and see why we were voted best jeweler in Albuquerque by the Albuquerque Journal. John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building or at johnthomasjewelers.com.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or maybe German to land a new job, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern, conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for
Stand by, here we go.
a new language with ease.
5 minutes.
.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9
Here we go.
AM 610. The Sports Animal.
And back to Europe.
Thank you so much to Kim Kirshen of Locker 505 and our mutual friend O'Neill's Pub, which we were at yesterday for happy hour. We'll be at O'Neill's every Thursday, except for next Thursday at the Bois or at the Bowl. So you got that like level of excitement yet? Like, are you just like salivating at the chance to do this show from Radio Row at the Super Bowl? Has it hit you yet?
Not yet. It'll hit me Sunday afternoon. That's when it'll hit me. I'm not one of those get too hyped before. I think that's coming from just being a performer.
Sure.
But Sunday, probably around like 4 or 5 p.m. Oh yeah, you'll see it in the text. You'll see it in the text.
Well, I'm excited already. And I think it hit me today because I was out running errands. I was getting us, 2 Men On's got some new swag when we get back from the Super Bowl. We're going to have T-shirt and sticker and coaster giveaways. So stay tuned for that. Loyal listeners and friend of the show, we got a buttload of T-shirts for all you guys.
Very stylish, very nice.
They're sweet. They're
high quality.
Super high quality T-shirts. And special shout out to Scott Cregan and Graphic Connections for working with us and all these amazing swag items that we got to give away in LA, and especially when we get back here. Scott and Graphic Connections are absolutely the best in the business. You need anything printed, you need anything made. They do it all. Like it's not just T-shirts and banners, it's not just vinyl for your outfield wall and T-shirts that they do. They literally do it all. Keychains, hats, balls, anything you could think of. You got an idea to bounce off of Scott, make sure you check out Scott Cregan and the Graphic Connections team, the absolute best in Albuquerque. I want to put a bow on this fight thing.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's going away, but it's something that absolutely needs to be addressed. Because I love sports. Duh. Have a sports talk radio show. I still play baseball. I love the game, and I love just about every sport that exists. But I tell you what I don't love is assaulting strangers.
Right.
I don't like people ending up in the hospital for being a fan of something. That disgusts me. I don't like seeing it. I don't like hearing about it. And I especially don't like having to come on this show and try to be the moral voice of reason because I'm not.
Yeah.
If you know anything about me,
you
know anything about me or my history of bad decisions, I should not be your moral compass. But I'll tell you what, beating up strangers at a sporting event is one thing that I can easily draw a line in the sand on. Is like, hey, this is where you stop.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Sure, I know every once in a while you got to defend yourself. I know every once in a while you get provoked and it's self-defense. I understand these situations. But to me, getting hammered and fighting other grown adults over your affiliation to entertainment, and by the way, I'll say it again, the people on the team, these are complete strangers. They do not know you.
Right.
They do not care about you. They don't care that you got their back and you fought somebody in the parking lot.
What a horrible way to change somebody's life and yourself.
Right. Because now he is going to get punished at the full extent of the law.
Yeah.
And there's cameras everywhere at a football game.
Well,
any sporting event, there are cameras everywhere. They will catch you being an idiot and they will punish you for being an idiot.
I have a theory behind this, why this happens. Because they're reactive. The cameras, they're relying on cameras instead of security. When's the last time you went to a pro football game?
3 years ago.
Did you notice the security? The security are usually 18, 19, 20, really young or really old guys.
It's observe and report.
Yeah, and even when you walk in, it's if you get into something, they're going to be the last people that you have to answer to. They're not breaking up. They're not. If I, as a fan, can see stuff about to happen, I know security does. And they're like, whoop, we're not getting into that.
Well, they got that walkie-talkie directly to a police presence.
Yeah.
That's so small.
Yes.
For what they actually need. And
but do you need to bring out riot police when stuff like this happens? Is it
I don't
to that level?
I don't think it needs to go to that level. I just think the presence needs to be there.
More presence, because it'll deter people from doing this. When you go to games, you don't see the press. And I'm not saying just take the city funds and put police officers everywhere. I think it goes back to the actual security of the venue. I think that's where it goes into. I think they skim on that big time. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
But there's no amount of security. There's no amount of police that can stop a fight.
No.
When you got to keep your eye on 80, 90, 100,000 people.
You go.
Like the presence, it doesn't matter how big of a presence you have.
Right.
You can't watch over the whole place.
Can't babysit. Yep.
You have to self-police. You have to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
You have to realize that this is just some rogue individual.
Right.
You're not a member of this team that you're
30.
You're not a representative of this team that you're a fan of. You're a stranger.
Yeah.
You're just some guy. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
If you're provoked, turn the cheek.
20.
Yeah. I agree.
1 hour in the books here on Two Men On. We start every morning at the YMCA, and we encourage you do too. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
We've got a couple of crashes to tell you about this afternoon. Southbound Eubank as you approach Candelaria. We've got a crash. You're going to want to move to the right to get through there. Also southbound on San Mateo, just north of Academy. Far left lane blocked due to a two-car crash there. Slowdowns this afternoon. Southbound I-25 as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until Montgomery. And westbound on Alameda, we're seeing pretty big slowdowns as you approach the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Duval! I'm back, and you've got yourself a brand new coach finally, and it's Doug Peterson. When Doug Peterson comes to your town, two things are guaranteed. Poles will be climbed and horse poop sandos will be murdered. Am I right, Philly? Yeah, generally, but not this time. Because the fact of the matter is, nobody is hyped about this hire, aside from maybe Doug himself. But I know Jaguar fan isn't. And I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to be negative. I'm here to be a glass half full guy. And yes, he did win a Super Bowl. But the fact of the matter is, he was not their first choice. Far from it. And why is that? Because Trent Baalke is still the GM. That's why. How a guy who hired the worst NFL coach ever in Urban Meyer still has a job is anybody's guess. But Baalke does, and that's why Peterson is your guy now, Jags fan.
I'm here at the Big Game Headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Are you sick of your dead-end job? Do you crave a career with a better work-life balance, better lifestyle, or maybe you'd like to work from home? It's a new year. Time for a new career in IT. At My Computer Career, you could start your career in months, not years. Attend classes day or night, live online. And we've rolled back tuition to help meet the demand for IT workers. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Valentine's is Monday, February 14th. Say I love you early with flowers from People's Flowers. People's Flowers carries a stunning selection of classic fresh-cut roses as well as a variety of beautiful floral arrangements. Place your order early and have your arrangement delivered early so your loved one can enjoy them all through the holiday. Shop in-store at any of People's Flowers' 4 locations. People's delivers locally or around the world. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
Think you might have COVID? Challenge getting into urgent care, emergency rooms full? Family Medicine PC can help. Call us today at 292-8575 or go to FamilyMedicineABQ.com and set up a telehealth appointment. We can get you tested.
Family Medicine is excited to see well patients in office. So let us do for you what we've been doing for 40 years at Family Medicine, located on Eubank, just south of Montgomery. We're all about making you feel comfortable and making you feel better. FamilyMedicineABQ.com.
Lobo basketball is
by 30.
Defending Mount West champion Lobo women's basketball team returns to the pitch Saturday, February 5th when they host Wyoming. Fans are encouraged to wear pink to the game as we support the fight against breast cancer. The Lobos will be right back at it again Wednesday, February 9th when they host Air Force. Tickets to both games are available at golobos.com/tickets. That's golobos.com/tickets. We are New Mexico, and this is Lobo basketball at the pit. We'll see you there.
This is KNML AM Albuquerque, a Cumulus media station. Your exclusive home for Super Bowl 56 is the Sports Animal.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This
and you're up
with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Friday, 5 o'clock. I hope you just sat down in your car with us, took that deep breath, and you're already planning what's going on for the weekend. No football this weekend as the boys are resting up one more week before they do battle at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California in Super Bowl 56. Welcome back to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're so lucky to have like such good partners and sponsors doing this, and I9 Sports is one of them. Check out i9.com and then search chapter 280, i9sports.com, excuse me, chapter 280. Anything that your kid needs, they can support. Keep your kids safe, teach them the fundamentals, go from there. So we're very fortunate to be partnered with i9 Sports. We slapped their name on our last segment every day, the I-9 Varsity. Haven't assigned to I-9 Varsity yet today. Stay tuned for that. Robert, the Bengals have a secret weapon. It's not Joe Burrow's arm.
No.
It's not Jamar Chase's hands.
Not even close.
It's not the coaching staff. It's not a secret play.
Nope.
They got the ghost of Harambe on their side.
Oh, man.
Albuquerque, I don't know if you remember Harambe, but on May 28, 2016, a 3-year-old boy climbed into a gorilla enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens, where he was grabbed and dragged by Harambe, 17-year-old Western lowland gorilla. Fearing for the boy's life, the zoo worker shot and killed Harambe. Incident was recorded on video. Everyone saw it. The internet was outraged. PETA had a heyday.
Mm-hmm.
First off, let's talk about this Harambe incident real quick.
Yeah.
Let's unpackage this before we talk about this is the secret to the Bengals' run this year and the secret to their eventual win in the Super Bowl. They didn't shoot the mom, did they?
Nope.
They shot the gorilla.
Yep.
Why would you shoot who drops the baby into the gorilla enclosure? The gorilla is a gorilla.
Yes.
What do you think's going to happen? And from the videos I've seen,
yeah,
it did not look like Harambe, rest in peace, my beautiful prince. Didn't look like he was going to hurt him. Looked like he was just cruising around with him, playing with him. That's what it looked like to me. I think if you would have said, hey, Harambe, our sweet prince of Cincinnati, just drop the baby.
Yeah.
Here's a banana.
Yeah.
Here's a raw flank steak or whatever his special treat is. Give me the baby.
Bamboo
I'm sure
shoot.
King Harambe the Great would have just gave the baby back.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Harambe's a legend and would never hurt this baby.
You saying they jumped the gun?
They jumped the gun.
Yeah.
literally with the gun. And why do you have to shoot him with the gun? You got the dart. You got the darts.
Yeah, there you go.
Dart the guy. Drug him. There are so many other options for this situation than shooting and killing our sweet, sweet prince, Harambe. But how many? They got dart guns, right? They got those long dart guns. They got the handheld pistol dart guns. They have different sizes of sedatives for different animals. If you're that worried, just cap him with the elephant one real quick. You don't even have to use the gorilla one. Just hit him with the elephant strength one. Let him pass out. Take the baby. You don't got to blast. I think the zookeeper had beef with Harambe.
Oh, yeah.
Like Harambe stole his girl.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And so he's just waiting for the opportunity to put
him
a
to
cap
slip up. Yeah.
Put a cap in our sweet, sweet prince, Harambe.
I have a question, though.
Hit me.
This is kind of weird, though. How is Cincinnati saying we're going to do this for Harambe when Cincinnati is the city that killed Harambe?
Kill Harambe.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. I wonder, probably the zookeeper is probably a Rams fan, right?
Ah, there we go.
So that's all this started. I mean, this is 6 years in the making.
Right. So I got to say, is Harambe a bigger influence on Cincinnati football than Ickey Woods?
They're pretty close, man.
Pretty close.
They're pretty close.
I got to give it to Harambe only because his impact has been shorter, but it's been a little greater.
I think so too.
It's been a little greater.
I don't see a lot of Ickey Woods memes every day.
No.
I still see Harambe memes all the time.
Ickey wasn't around during social media.
Well, that is true. He's still around now, unlike Harambe. Rest in peace.
Man.
Your sweet, sweet prince, Harambe.
It's a win-win for Harambe because if the Rams win, they're saying, we're avenging Cincinnati killing you. We're doing it for you. Or then we have Cincinnati that says, we're doing it for you as well. It's win-win. Either way, I want to see superimpose Harambe outside of SoFi at the end of the game.
You know how many people are going to be dressed up as gorillas with Cincinnati Bengals jerseys and helmets on?
Yes.
It's going to be a lot.
Yes.
I can't wait to see like Vegas's over under.
Oh, that's going to be a nice
how
prospect.
many Bengals fans are dressed up like Harambe?
Yes.
Opening line, what do you think? Like 13.5?
No, that's too low.
Too low?
Way too low.
Yeah?
Way too low. It might be a section full of Harambe.
It's going to be in the 80s.
Yep.
In LA.
Yep.
So that gorilla suit's going to be hot. So I think that's the reason that everyone won't do it.
Very true.
That's like legit genius. I just thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Wear a gorilla costume to winter football games. You don't need Under Armour. Just get a gorilla costume.
There you go.
Bengals defensive end Sam Hubbard said, "That's our guy. That's our hero." I think that's already known. It kind of goes without saying. We're doing this for him.
Oh.
So the team is rallying around Harambe too.
This is awesome.
So I've been leaning Rams this whole time. Until I knew that this Bengals locker room was doing it for Harambe. Because no one deserves it more than our sweet, sweet Prince Harambe and the heartbroken city of Cincinnati. Like, what are they gonna like Ray Lewis style protect this house?
Oh yeah.
Rally around.
Yeah.
Harambe. Harambe.
I hear
and then just storm the field.
It will be a statue erected. It will be a statue. If they win the Super Bowl.
If the Bengals win the Super Bowl, there's going to be a Harambe statue. 100%.
You're damn right it will be. Yes. It's happening.
Instead of Who Day, it's Harambe.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yes.
I'm with Sam Hubbard on this one. And I'm glad he said something, not just under his breath with the homies.
No. He brought it to the forefront.
Made it a point to honor Harambe's memory with a Super Bowl trophy and a Super Bowl ring. and eventually a statue outside Bengal Stadium.
That's hilarious, man.
So I saw the Sam Hubbard story.
Yeah.
And now apparently the whole team is rallying around Harambe and doing it for Harambe. I love this. I love this so much.
I'm with it.
I'm going to have to switch my pick.
Based on the strength of Harambe.
Based on the ghost of Harambe, who will look over the Cincinnati Bengals and ensure the victory.
He definitely was in Kansas City.
What? Yeah.
He definitely was there.
Mm-hmm. He's looking over the Bengals, protecting the Bengals, and they will be victorious in this year's Super Bowl. And I'm changing my pick right now as we speak. I thought the Rams -3.5, the Rams -4.5. That's a no-brainer to pick the Rams. The Rams have a better roster. They're better top to bottom. I don't think Joe Burrow's played a defense as good as the Rams all year. And I thought Joe Burrow would be in trouble. But I just can't shake the ghost of Harambe.
I'm looking on Twitter right now. Cincinnati fans are all in. I'm reading this. It says, roses are red. War is near. We would all be safe if Harambe was here.
Oh, don't make me cry live on air.
Oh, the Super Bowl T-shirts that will come out of this will be priceless.
You know I'm copping one too. Speaking of T-shirts, 2 Men On got a new shipment of swag in. And when the boys get back from the bowl, we're going to do some giveaways. T-shirts, stickers, coasters, whatever else we get our hands on. Really excited for that. The T-shirts are legit beautiful.
Yes. I love it. Very bold. Simple, but bold. That's what I like when it comes to a T-shirt.
I like the logo.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have some giveaways when we get back. We're not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but we're going to give away some merch when we're back from LA the week after next. Shout out to our friends in Mexico Pinon Coffee. We're very proud of everything they do in the community, and it's legit like my favorite coffee. Even before they were a partner and a sponsor, I always had a bag of New Mexico Pinon dark coffee in my freezer, ready to make a pot whenever I wanted. Check out New Mexico Pinon Coffee if you aren't already aware. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Construction on east and westbound I-40 from 98th to Coors will begin February 7th with expected completion fall of 2022. The New Mexico DOT District 3 will oversee the project, and Mountain States Construction, Inc. will perform the work. For more information, visit nmroads.com. This report brought to you by Mountain State Constructors.
Well, we've still got that crash southbound on Eubank as you approach Candelaria. Get over to the right to get around that. Also, southbound I-25 slowdowns as you approach Osuna. They're going to last until Montgomery. Westbound Paseo, we're seeing quite a bit of slowdowns now as you approach the river. Watch out for that. And southbound on Coors at Montano, a lot of congestion in that area, and that is slowing things down. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Denver Broncos got their guy. Nathaniel Hackett is the new head coach. That might not just be a strong hire. It might be one of the best ever. The reason why the Hackett hire is so interesting is because where did he used to work and who did he used to coach? That's right. The Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers crank up the rumor mill. I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist to connect these dots.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You know, Steph, I'm not much of a winter guy. I just can't get down with the cold.
Doug, I love winter because it's savings event time at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center. Why not go into American Home at I-25 in Comanche, warm up, and check out the savings?
I forgot it's the winter savings event. Up to 30% off store-wide and take advantage of 24-month financing, plus free front door delivery.
And they have tons of new items arriving daily, like the Nix sofa with shades, just $20 a month with approved credit. See store for details.
And the back dock at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center has savings that are unbeatable. Right now, you can save up to 70% on scratch and dents, as is, and one of a kinds. Always something awesome back there.
Well, it is the clearance center for the entire state, and there are so many Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy mattresses. Take an additional 20% off the lowest marked clearance price.
So hurry in now for the American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center. They've been serving New Mexico for over 85 years, and they guarantee you'll pay less.
Stop in today at I-25 in Comanche.
Lobo basketball is back. The defending Mountain West champion Lobo women's basketball team returns to the pitch Saturday, February 5th when they host Wyoming. Fans are encouraged to wear pink to the game as we support the fight against breast cancer. The Lobos will be right back at it again Wednesday, February 9th when they host Air Force. Tickets to both games are available at golobos.com/tickets. That's golobos.com/tickets. We are New Mexico, and this is Lobo basketball at the pit. We'll see you there.
New message. Thanks for coming. Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Respond, yeah, I think so. I'll text you when I make it home.
You think so? Okay, calling an Uber. I think so isn't good enough.
Getting an Uber is cheaper than getting a DWI. Drinking and driving has consequences. Got the message? Get a ride. Presented by Bernalillo County DWI Planning Council.
I'm here at the Big Game Headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score change will
30.
Winner from the Square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age and majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing letter licensed offer to states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities have not offered to sponsor this promotion in any way.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Vaughn. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The
And you're up.
Long bleed here. Multiple reasons. I know Mikey V loves the spin doctors, and I had to burp, so there's that. You're back on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. The YMCA does so many amazing things for the community, and I highly endorse you either go there and get a gym membership, volunteer your time, whether it be with the kids, the daycare, activities, events, or even the beautiful Camp Shaver in the Jemez region. We're honored to be friends of the show with the YMCA. We start every day at the Y and suggest you do too. I know you might think that we get paid to do a bad show every day. Like these NFL coaches getting paid to lose. But I assure you, we are trying very hard. We are not throwing this like Hugh Jackson did in Cleveland.
Only because the offer isn't high enough for me.
Sure. Money talks, baby.
These Mountain Dews and Snickers ain't cutting it.
If you didn't know this, little behind the scenes, Albuquerque, I'm the snack guy on 2 Men On. I bring super producer Mike Vitale and either Fred or Robert snacks every show. And now Mikey's been bringing me snacks. He brings me Fig Newtons. I'm a big fig and date guy. If you haven't heard that on the show yet, it's like my favorite snack food. So whatever happens to the Cleveland organization and the Miami organization and whoever else gets outed for tanking, it should be swift, and it should be to the full extent of the law, because this takes all the integrity out of the game. You show up. Okay, I should have had you pull up Herm Edwards during the break.
Yeah.
But you play to win the game.
Yes.
You don't tank. You don't lose on purpose. If you have a bad roster, if you're not able to beat the team across from you, whatever sport it is, that's fine.
Yeah.
You lost. Losing on purpose takes all the integrity out of the game. And it could honestly, it could shut down Vegas. So if you're the owner or general manager of a franchise in professional sports and you are losing on purpose, you should be stripped of your job. And if you're the owner, you should be stripped of your team. Am I out of line here?
No, not at all. These stories, and I actually saw a third story today. I don't even know if you've heard of this one. I was flying out of Dallas this morning, and I saw something where Des Bryant, former receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, was accusing former coach Jared of the same thing. We played the same plays. They were not trying to win. And I was like, this reminds me of the 1919 Black Sox scandal. Not that I was alive then, but we all know what happened.
Sure.
That's the whole reason why there's a commissioner in baseball right now, because of that. But it seems now, like you're saying, this is just going to be swept under the rug. It's not even a big story, to be honest. It came out and people were automatically questioning the people who came out with the story.
Hey, we talked about Dan Snyder yesterday.
Oh.
If Dan Snyder can get away with upskirt gate and Uncle Touchy gate,
yeah,
like he's just like above the law. He's not going to get in trouble for anything.
Every year it's
well, then
something.
how are these owners?
Yeah.
How are you going to punish these guys for losing on purpose?
Right.
If you can't punish a guy for, I don't know what the right term is, let's just say sexually assaulting women.
Yeah.
That worked for them, taking advantage of his power, getting his personal hands on women, and then allowing staff members to do upstairs or whatever it was, and then all the cheerleader stuff, and it's just incident after incident after incident. If this guy's not going to lose his team and he's not to get in trouble, then the guy who's paying his coach to lose, he's not going to get in trouble at all.
Right.
It sets a bad precedent in the NFL.
I find it hard to believe that somebody offered to pay Jackson to lose because he did that all by himself.
Well,
He only won 3 games, 3 and 36 or something during his tenure in Cleveland.
Yeah, but they didn't
That's
get.
what's so weird about it.
Well, I don't know. I should have looked this up, trying to see how many times Cleveland had the number 1 pick while he was the coach.
2 years in a row, right?
Yeah, but I believe they were wanting it every year.
Yeah.
Because they knew. Come on now, we know. The owner was probably like, what are we doing? Let's pile this up. Let's get us a team.
Well, you could do that through your general manager.
Exactly.
You can have the worst roster in the league as long as you're hitting the salary floor, everyone's getting paid, et cetera, et cetera. There's no collusion in the locker room in between your players and your coaches. You can basically lose on purpose by just having the worst player at every roster spot.
Exactly.
You don't need to have in the case of the Browns, you don't need to pay your coach to lose because you have such a bad roster. You're only going to, by stroke of pure luck, win 1 or 2 games a year anyways.
I got a question for you, Van.
Hit me.
So if this happens with you, do you wait to bring this out? I think that's the problem with this. Everyone waits until after the fact.
Right.
When some other stuff comes out and it's like, you know what? I got a bunch of stuff to tell you.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what's the problem.
I think there's even more layers.
Yeah.
Because number one, you probably got to do some money laundering for that amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Where's all this money coming from?
Most definitely.
Hugh Jackson was getting $50K a game to lose. They were offering Brian Flores $100K a game to lose. That is a lot of extra money. Where is that coming from?
Yeah.
What kind of
you're
corporate sabotage are you doing? Like what?
Well, my thing is, if I was so steadfast against it, not saying I would be, I don't know. I can sit here as a broke man on the station talking to you right now and sit on a high horse all day. But me, it would be hard to not go 0-17 if I know I'm getting 100K a game.
Sure.
But my thing is, if you're setting yourself as that type of person, where was the morals? And I'm not questioning the coaches because I believe them. Where was the moral standard when it happened?
Right when it happened.
There's a way you can catch these guys.
The second he makes the indecent proposal,
Yeah.
you call him out immediately.
Well, not even call him out. Get evidence, because you know what they're going to say when you bring out the story. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And there's always he say in this.
That's exactly what happened with the Dolphins owner today.
Yeah.
It's like none of this is true.
What are you talking about?
He's just trying to get attention.
Yeah.
He can't get a job, whatever.
And then that discredits you.
Sure.
Because you had every opportunity, I feel. Once it hits your ears, this is what we're doing. And then I'm going to tell. And then when you lie, I'm going to say, what was this? Boom, got you.
Yeah, exactly. Get evidence, make it provable.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to look like
the disgruntled guy that didn't get the coaching job.
Exactly.
That's what they're painting the picture.
Yeah.
And he's falling for it.
You're the X with the broken heart.
There you go.
Okay. I was like, hey, I've done some dating in my years, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
We have.
And not all the time. It's a nice, even, rainbows and butterflies breakup.
It's not amicable.
When it does hit the non-amicable region, there is the worst things ever said about you.
Yeah.
True or not.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Dirtbag Van here, Uncle Barbecue over here. Sometimes it's true.
Yeah,
but
it is.
An overwhelming majority of the time it is not.
Right.
And that's the same thing to these people that Brian Flores is trying to call out, Hugh Jackson is trying to call out. They're just saying, well, he didn't get a job. He got fired. So he's just upset.
That's what it looks like.
And that's what it looks like.
Because there's no proof.
And once you have proof, once you're able to sit down with the NFL or a court of law, whatever it's going to end up being, and you have that proof, if you don't strip this franchise from that guy's hands, you're setting a horrible precedent for everyone else.
Well, the NFL, first of all, is Teflon Don. Think about it.
Sure.
Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yep.
CTE, concussions.
Yep.
Drug use.
Yep.
Felons.
Yep.
Michael Vick situation.
Yep.
Domestic violence.
Yep.
All of this comes at them, and it's like they Mayweather the situation. They shoulder roll. They do the Mayweather. Almost got me. Every time. This is just another punch thrown at the shoulder roll.
I think we might have to hit this a little more later.
I'd like to.
But when we get back, we got Rebecca Zook of the Ice
standing by
online, and we'll get her on right after this commercial break. You listen to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
New crash to tell you about westbound on Manal. It's 1 block west of San Mateo. You're going to want to stay to your right to get around that. Traffic lights flashing San Pedro and Candelaria. You'll need to treat that as a 4-way stop. Slowdowns this afternoon westbound Paseo as you approach the river. Also southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery, moving very slow.
New Mexico Department of Game and Fish reminds every off-highway vehicle user to help protect New Mexico's natural resources. Operating OHVs on designated trails and roads will help prevent destruction of habitat which our wildlife depends on. Be our partners to protect our public lands. This report brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Local talk.
Richard Pitino joins us on the opening drive.
This is the standard of which we're trying to lay so that the wins will come, so that we don't have to worry about nonsense and we can focus on basketball. We're there right now. I truly believe it. Taking a little bit of time. Now we got to strengthen it, solidifying the roster.
Start your morning weekdays at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Sing a winning tune and take the Jazz. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Jazz snapped out of their losing streak, and now the BetQL model thinks there's more where that came from tonight against the Nets. Forget about the rumors of discord between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. BetQL has Jazz -4 as a 4-star best bet. They have the Jazz favored by 7.5. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
John Thomas Jewelers is going to make this Valentine's Day easy for the guys. With any jewelry purchase of only $199 or more, you get a dozen red roses and a box of chocolates absolutely free. Wait till you see the look on her face when you give her 3 gifts this year. Come experience jewelry shopping in a whole new way and see why we were voted best jeweler in Albuquerque by the Albuquerque Journal. John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building or at johnthomasjewelers.com.
Seconds.
Valentine's is Monday, February 14th. Say I love you early with flowers from People's Flowers. People's Flowers carries a stunning selection of classic fresh-cut roses as well as a variety of beautiful floral arrangements. Place your order early and have your arrangement delivered early so your loved one can enjoy them all through the holiday. Shop in-store at any of People's Flowers' 4 locations. People's delivers locally or around the world. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
Can your sports host do this? Jeff Symbieta was named 2022 Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Listen to Jeff Symbieta every weekday morning right here on The Sports Animal.
And you're up.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. If you haven't been, you got to check out Electric Playhouse. It is fun for adults. It is fun for kids. It is fun for anybody. They have accommodations. They have group rates. They have games. They have food. They have drink. They have fun. You can catch us having some oat sodas and playing some games just about every weekend at Electric Playhouse. And now we are just so honored on 505-246-0610, the Sports Animal Hotline, to have Rebecca Zook, Mrs. Everything at the Isotopes. You wear a lot of hats there, don't you? Welcome to the show, Rebecca.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think I'm going to have to talk it up with John to get that to be my official title. Mrs. Everything. I like that.
I mean, that's the cool thing about everyone who works for the Isotopes is you all wear a lot of hats. No one just has one job where you do one thing. It's everyone shares, everyone participates, and everyone has a lot of tricks up their sleeve, a lot of different responsibilities.
Yeah, I think that's honestly just a really cool thing about minor league baseball. We do have kind of smaller staffs than a lot of the major league sports or other sports. We have smaller staffs, so you kind of get to do a little bit of everything. It's one of my favorite things. I never know day to day whether I'm going to be taking photos or helping with the promo crew or wearing a bunch of different hats or dancing with Orbit on the field. In 2019, I got to do a Star Wars skit, which was fun. I don't make the best Jedi, but I tried.
Oh, you're more Sith, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I was battling Orbit, so I believe that I was really supposed to be with the dark side. So
yeah, you
I
were.
think it suited me well.
So your background is in sports marketing and communications. I want to get to that and talk about that a little bit, but let's rewind a little bit. Have you always been a sports fan? Have you always wanted to work in sports? When you, the wide-eyed little kid Rebecca was like, I want to do this when I grow up. Like, are you doing what you wanted to do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would say as a kid, when I was really little, I grew up playing sports, and I definitely would have preferred to be a professional athlete. I was a huge baseball fan.
Same.
And I'm all of 5'6", and not that great, not MLB level, but I definitely wanted to be a professional athlete more growing up. I didn't really think of sports business as a career until I hit college. When I went to college, I kind of picked up journalism marketing, and I was like, I like to talk to people. I have fun, and I like to socialize, so maybe I can go into that. And then it kind of hit me that I could do that in sports. And so I definitely think that for mini me, I am definitely living the dream.
Well, hey, sounds like we got another Jose Altuve fan here. You gonna join my Astros cult or what?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I'm from Ohio, so I'm more of a Guardians fan myself.
Okay. All right. 2 Clevelandites over here.
So, Rebecca, I'm looking at your immaculate resume here. I don't even feel qualified asking you one question, first of all. Of everything that you've taken a part of and being a part of, what was your favorite? Because I'm looking here, Singapore, working with International Champions Cup, Fresno State Athletics. What was the one part of your past that makes you say, you know what, this part is what's making me be more successful today?
So I actually have twofold, because I would say the coolest experience I've had so far was probably Singapore. It was a ton of fun. I got the call for the position that they wanted me to come out for the tournament like 10 days before my flight left for, Asia. So that was really exciting. And being there, I got to work with teams like Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid. Like, it was a ton of fun. But I would say the one moment that it was early on in my career and kind of sealed like this is the path for me would have been with my time at Fresno State. So I was working at Fresno State. I was a marketing associate, so I was in charge of women's basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and I was their head marketing contact. And for women's basketball, we had a Donate with the Dogs, which was our breast cancer awareness game. And at halftime, we had a little girl come onto the court and donate her hair, and that's what we did. And the team was all clapping, and everyone stood up, and I teared up in that moment.
Ooh,
and
wow.
That is one of those things where I was like, this is it. This is where I want to be. This is the type of thing I want to be. And then after the game, we had a couple of the different players donated their hair as well. So all the little kids and the fans got to sit there and watch them, and they kind of donated their hair, and it was just a really cool experience in general. So I would say that it was kind of the moment where I thought to myself, you know what, sports, this is it. This is my kind of chance to make an impact.
So Wednesday was National Girls and Women in Sports Day, and we had all female guests on Wednesday, and it went so well. We're like, hey, we're turning it into a week, because we had your coworkers, Chrissy on Wednesday, Michelle yesterday, and now we're so fortunate to have you today. So I want to ask a couple women-centric questions. And first off, I'm a father, I'm a son to a mother, I'm a sister, a boyfriend. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of strong women in my life to teach me some great lessons. But I want to hear about your upbringing. You going into sports, did you have that female role model to be like, hey, we know this is a boys' club, but you got this, just punch your way through? Did you have that role model on your way up?
Yeah, so I would say my biggest role model growing up when it came to sports, and it wasn't necessarily somebody who worked in sports, but I would have to say that it was my mom. My mom is a huge Steelers, or was a huge Steelers fan. Was a huge baseball fan. She loved sports, and I kind of grew up in that environment. My sister and I both played sports growing up. She will tell you that she was better than me. I would beg to differ. But we both grew up, and we got to watch our mom, who was so passionate, and she was a swimmer in high school, and she had kind of had that athletic background. And I would say more than anything, she was like, you can do whatever you want. And having her be so passionate in house watching games at our games, I don't think she ever missed a game of ours. It definitely kind of helped me go for that when I kind of decided that sports was a career path. And I know a lot of people don't think about it as like a career outside of being a professional athlete, but it is. And she was really there to support me when I decided to make that decision. And I know her ultimate dream would be that I work a Super Bowl that the Steelers are in. But just kind of having that passion in my household really, really encouraged me to go for whatever I wanted. And I was always told that with a lot of hard work, you can get whatever you want and do whatever you want. So I would say that my mom was probably my biggest role model, even though she didn't like work in sports. She was a teacher, but still.
So, Rebecca, I have to ask, what has been one of the wildest marketing or promotions that you've done that you look back on right now and you're like, that was a little crazy?
Okay, so for marketing and promotion, so currently at the Isotopes, I'm more into multimedia and design. That's kind of my role there. So I'm gonna go back to Fresno State real quick.
Okay.
But we played the Oregon Ducks. We had a men's basketball game against the Ducks, and we packed everything we possibly could into that game. Like, I was running around from the stadium we did 100 T-shirts, like we did a ton of giveaways. We gave away, I think, like a $500 gift card to a student. We gave away a scholarship. We did all of this stuff. And so I was running around from behind the table helping Allison, who was my supervisor, and she was producing. And then I had to go upstairs to the rafters to drop balloons throughout halftime and at the end of the game and all this stuff. And we had prizes all wrapped up in the balloons. And that day in general was just pretty crazy. It was a lot of running around. I mean, I don't think we won, but we were winning at halftime, and I can tell you that the St. Martin Center was hopping because we were hyped. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
That sounds like a blast. Rebecca,
It was a blast.
What advice would you give to a young woman? Let's say she's totally better than her sister in all the sports and wanted to go into sports. What kind of advice would you give to this young woman who wants to go into sports?
Well, first I would like to preface that I think my sister may be listening, so I don't want to start on that note, okay? Maggie, you were awesome too, but I would just say we were on an even playing field, even though I know you're my older sister and you thought you were like way better than me.
What's the next holiday coming up? It's going to get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But for my advice to any young girl that wants to get into sports, whether it's professionally or they just want to play, is to kind of just do it. I think that sports are a great place to build confidence and show your voice. And I want every young girl to know that they have a place in this industry and in this world. It is kind of a boys' club. Like, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I've worked with a lot more men than I have women, but the women I've worked with are amazing and passionate and driven. And you mentioned you had Chrissy and Michelle both on the show. They are women that I look up to in sports. I know they're my coworkers, but I'll tell you what, when I grow up, I want to be them. They are so passionate and so driven. And I think that just any little girl who's sitting there and thinks, you know what, sports is my world, and maybe I'm not going to be a professional athlete, there's a spot for you. Work hard, your voice matters, and I think that women can make a real big impact in the sports community, both on the field and behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh, Vital, cut that out. That's the best advice I've ever heard.
Very nice.
That's well said, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my backup's to be a motivational speaker.
Okay,
I'll
well,
have to get to work on that. Yeah.
put that on this impressive resume.
No, is there room for that?
Yeah, we'll make room.
Sports marketing, communications, graphic design, and occasional balloon dropper, Rebecca Zook. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having me.
More NFL talk when we get back. You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
If New Year calls for more hiring, check out Indeed, the all-in-one hiring platform that makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job post today after visiting Indeed.com/credit. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Well, we've got a number of slow spots this afternoon. Westbound on Paseo, slowdowns from Jefferson to Coors. Alameda may actually be a better option for you this afternoon if you're headed west. Also, southbound on I-25, we've got slowdowns as you approach Osuna. They're going to last until Montgomery. Westbound on I-40, slowdowns starting at the interchange. They go until Rio Grande. And southbound on Coors at Montano, moving slow. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Daniel Snyder is being credibly accused of harassing another former female employee. Tiffany Johnston told members of Congress that Snyder put his hand on her thigh at a team dinner and pressed her towards his limousine. Now the NFL is considering further discipline. Turns out the NFL and Snyder signed a common interest agreement in September of 2020, stating that both the NFL and Daniel Snyder have to agree to release the findings of the NFL's recent investigation into the Washington football team. The initials are NFL, but CYA seems more fitting. I'm Maggie Gray.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ready for an oil change? We can help get the right protection at the right price. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter for just $28.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
So you finally got your credit score up to 700. You're feeling good, about to get a new credit card with rewards. You apply and, ooh, it's not approved. And that knocks your score right out of the 700 club. There's a better way. Next time, go to Credit Karma and check out your approval odds first so you can find a card you're more likely to get approved for. And with over 100 million members, there are plenty of reviews to help you choose. Get your free credit scores and find the right card for you at Credit Karma. Approval not guaranteed, subject to checks.
When 250,000 people marched on Washington, D.C. in the summer of 1963, the Reverend Martin Luther King delivered his I Have a Dream speech, one of the most celebrated writings in U.S. history. We salute preeminent civil rights leader Martin Luther King during Black History Month.
It's the 25th Ty Murray Invitational. PBR is in town. Friday, March 25th at the Pit. Tickets are online at unmtickets.com. Or you can win your way in right now. Go to sportsanimалabq.com and register to win. Register and get your name on the winners list right now at sportsanimалabq.com from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
New message. Thanks for coming. Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Respond, yeah, I think so. I'll text you when I make it home.
You think so? Okay, calling an Uber. I think so isn't good enough.
Getting an Uber is cheaper than getting a DWI. Drinking and driving has consequences. Got the message? Get a ride. Presented by Bernalillo County DWI Planning Council.
Hey, it's Scott Stigler for Indigo Mortgage. Interest rates are creeping up, but that online lender that rhymes with Pocket says you can get a super low rate with them. Ben Lucero at Indigo Mortgage says don't be fooled. Any mortgage lender can get you a low rate. It just depends how much you're willing to pay to buy down that rate, or if you're willing to take an adjustable rate mortgage. Usually, lenders offering a crazy low rate are being dishonest because if borrowers look at the fine print, they'll see that rate ends up costing thousands of dollars. These are the gimmicks unscrupulous lenders use to get you to call. Before you know it, you're in a bad deal. Trust a local lender like Indigo Mortgage instead. Call 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net. If you think you're getting a low rate from an internet lender, get an offer from Indigo Mortgage and compare. That'll be an eye-opener. 836-5700 or indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Indigo Mortgage. NMLS 188348.
See website for details on our 2-month subscription offer. Ladies, lose weight, improve your health, and eat great with Nutrisystem. Get our new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant, portioned with half the calories. Beef and bean burritos, toasted ravioli, sesame beef and broccoli. Easy to prepare and made in minutes. The secret? Advanced nutritional science that helps
30
sugar levels steady and you losing weight. With Nutrisystem, you get your breakfasts, lunches,
5 minutes in this segment.
delivered right to your door. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off all plans. Don't wait. This special offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Start your morning weekdays at 7, 95.9 FM and AM 610.
You're up.
Animal.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're rejoining or joining or just recently leaving. I'm not sure. I'm assuming you're joining, and I'm assuming you're hanging around, and I'm assuming it's Friday afternoon. You cracked a coldie, and you want to hang out with the boys, and the boys are here. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. There it goes, Mikey V.
In my ear? Come on,
man. Coldie. I need one in front of me.
A couple for you right there.
That's like, we still got like an hour and 10 minutes.
An hour
man.
and 10 minutes, dog. Why are you doing that to me?
I just got goosebumps.
Marble and Tractor and Bosie Brothers, and they're all so close to us right now.
Literally.
They're
walking distance.
Pinch poke.
Yes.
When's the last time you went to Dave & Buster's?
It's been a while, man.
You've been to the new one here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God, it's so much fun. I'm excited. We might do, usually on opening day, I have a big opening day party.
Yeah.
And I get like 8, 10, 12. You saw it last year, right? I get like
Yeah, I did.
8, 10, 12 screens on my back porch, and
It was nutso.
it's crazy. And we put every game on.
Yeah.
And like we have the volume on one game, but all the games are playing. Just have a blast. Might have to reschedule and do this at Dave & Buster's this year because they got all the TVs there
They're
already.
there already. Yeah.
I ain't got to work so hard
Let's
and set it
work.
up.
Let's
Let
work.
them do it for you.
Yeah. Plus, I get pretty decent rates on oat sodas there. So,
By the way, what is an oat soda?
that's just a beer, brother.
That's a beer.
Just a beer, brother.
Yep.
Little oat
Okay,
soda.
I know your vernacular.
Oh, that's okay. I thought it was kind of inferred. All right, let's put a pin in this paying coaches thing
Okay.
for now because
Yeah.
this story ain't going anywhere.
Oh, no.
And it'll probably be the talk of next week, too.
Ooh.
Because we're going to be sitting down with coaches and coordinators and players, and we're going to have to ask about this face-to-face next week with whoever may be sitting in front of us, which, no spoilers, will be a lot of people. If they do, in fact, have proof that these owners or general managers or whoever were paying coaches to attempt to lose, whether it be draft pick or whatever their reason is, they have to be stripped of their team. They have
most
to be stripped of their
definitely.
job. Everybody, just fire everybody from
Gone.
the top down, start completely fresh.
Gone. Yeah.
Because there's more levels to this than just being immoral.
Right.
Because where's the money coming from?
Yeah.
How are you hiding this money? What other crimes are you committing to do this immoral crime?
See, what would happen is if there is proof and it's found that owners are doing this, they would step down before it got that deep.
You would think.
Oh, yeah.
You would think.
They have to protect themselves.
You would think.
Okay, you got me on this, but all this other stuff, no, you're not getting me on that.
And you mentioned Black Sox earlier. Yeah. I mentioned Pete Rose earlier. Like, if you know your coach is going to lose and you're paying your coach to lose, hey, guess what you can easily do to recoup that money? Have somebody lay a bet on for you.
There you go.
So then you get to pay for that bribe you paid your coach.
Because nobody is in the business of losing money.
Sure. You don't give away money.
Not at all.
How do you
Especially
think,
not an owner.
Okay, a lot of these billionaires inherited most of their money.
Yeah.
But some of these self-made billionaires, they don't lose money.
No.
They're not just going to give away money to a coach. Are you insane?
No.
That's why they got money.
They're going to get sugar daddies, or they're going to hedge their bets, or they're going to do some kind of investment. And the easiest one will be to bet on yourself to lose.
Right.
It's free money. You know what's going to happen. You know you got to fork over the cash to pay off this coach to lose. And another thing, it's automatic money laundering.
Automatic. If you're giving away $100K, you're going to win $1 million.
Sure.
That's just common sense.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with all this, though, Van. The issue is the NFL investigates itself.
Right.
So this is not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening because it's basically them investigating with the right hand and throwing an egg on their face with the left hand.
Yep.
They're not going to do that. They don't want to
And
come
the
up.
owners will have the veto power when it comes to that too.
Yeah, and that's the good old boy network.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it sounds good, but it just makes it worse that there is no type of
music. 1 minute.
I hope there's the evidence that Brian Flores is claiming, that Hugh Jackson is claiming, that, even today, Des Bryant is claiming.
Yeah.
I hope there's evidence of this, because this needs to be gone from sports right now. Because, you're going to tank. Teams are going to tank. Teams know they're going to be back
30
years to try to get higher draft picks.
It's always been a conspiracy.
But paying to lose on purpose?
It's always been a conspiracy.
Sure.
NFL's fixed.
20
books. Jeff Grammer, the Albuquerque Journal, joins us at 6:15. We're talking coaching carousel, quarterback landing spots, and whatever else we get into in the last hour. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Ski Santa Fe. This last storm cycle brought 10 inches of snow to Ski Santa Fe, and the conditions are fantastic. Take the short drive to ski and ride the freshly groomed snow and enjoy the best Opry ski with live music every weekend at Tote Muff's Bar and Grill. Visit skisantafe.com to purchase lift tickets, lessons, and rentals. Plan your trip today.
Traffic this afternoon, westbound on I-40. We've got slowdown starting at the interchange. That's going to last until Rio Grande. Paseo westbound this afternoon. Jefferson to Coors moving very slow. You might want to try Alameda as an alternative this afternoon. Also southbound on I-25, slowdowns as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until Montgomery.
Is your credit card paying you? The Independence Credit Card from Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers 1.5% unlimited cash back. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/credit cards. Must use cashback program at time of application. Subject to credit approval. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Get more information and learn the eligibility requirements online at promise.unm.edu.
Are you in the market to sell your firearm? Ron Peterson Firearms wants to talk to you. Ron Peterson Firearms is in the market to purchase all types of firearms, modern and antique. They'll buy one firearm or your entire collection. Rest assured that New Mexico's most trusted gun dealer is is still buying all types of firearms, always at top dollar. Plus, Ron Peterson continues to offer transfers for firearms purchased online. If you've got something to sell or transfer, please call 505-260-4790 or email rpguns@att.net.
I'm here at the Big Game Headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available.
30 seconds.
Possibly B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score change will draw one winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing letter licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities do not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
And you're up.
2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Hey, 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 hey.
Run the jewels.
Yeah, baby. I'm gonna let this bleed because I love this song so much.
I thought you were.
2 hours in the books, Albuquerque, 1 to go. It is a Fredless Friday as he is on assignment in the beautiful and historic Las Vegas, New Mexico, as he is the voice of New Mexico Highlands, calling some games with the Purple Cowboys up there. Tell you what, that dude's a talented guy. And I'm not just saying that because he obviously pays me to say that. But objectively, he's very talented. Everything he does. I'm so proud of that dude.
Very much so.
Okay. The coaching carousel has been very weird. Been very weird. It started off weird in ways that I didn't expect and has continued to be very weird. Coaches that I thought were 100% locks for jobs apparently weren't even the first or second or third choice. Of course, you know about Brian Flores and the collusion of the Giants.
Right.
70-year-old Bill Belichick doesn't know how to text the right person. Blew the lid off of this whole collusion thing. Just
wait a minute. Did you see the memes? They have him looking at his phone and he's changing his contacts to white Brian and black Brian.
What about Brian Dawkins? Maybe Black Brian 1 and Black Brian 2.
Yeah. Poor Belichick.
Man, he's got a white Brian kid, too. A lot of Brians in that phone.
He's probably the only coach that can get away with that. Because when you ask him about it, it's like, yeah, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big text guy, but I'll tell you what, I'd rather just focus on the game on the Sunday. I'm really not worried about sending text messages, so just move on.
I was actually trying to text Brianna in Florida.
You know, Robert Kraft hooked me up with this good massage parlor in Dead, Florida. It's owned by this guy named Brian. So I wasn't texting either one of those guys. So.
A lot of jobs are taken.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville Jaguars got their guy. And this one just absolutely out of left field.
Oh, man.
It's not a bad hire, but it's not a good one.
I'm saying it's bad. I think it's bad.
I mean, he's got a ring. He's got a trophy. He's the guy that won a Super Bowl with a backup. So he knows how to get stuff done.
You know what? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's sad. I forgot about.
Yeah.
They did beat the Patriots.
A lot of people say that, Doug Peterson wasn't the offensive mastermind that everyone thought he was, and he was just riding the coattails of Frank Reich, who went on to Indianapolis after that.
When you think of the Brian Flores situation, isn't Eric Bieniemy the perfect example of what he's fighting for?
100%.
I think there's
Byron Leftwich and Eric
I think
Bieniemy.
there's two. Yeah, him and Leftwich.
They both 100% deserve jobs. And if you're on the Facebook live stream right now, you can go to @TalkABQ or just search for 2 Men On anywhere on social media. My name today is Eric Bieniemy. So I'm on board with Eric Bieniemy getting whatever job he wants. And same thing with Byron Leftwich. I would have bet the farm that Byron Leftwich would be the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it seemed like they had a handshake deal in place. And it was just a sure thing that they were going to hire Byron Leftwich if he got, the right coordinator, et cetera, et cetera. But I guess that all fell apart. And then, boom, the Jacksonville Jaguars hire retread Doug Peterson.
Right.
Which it's not that bad. Not that bad of a hire. Because they were also, the Jags were interviewing, every other big name coach who was out there. So they gave everyone a shot. And for whatever reason, decided on Doug Peterson.
You know which hiring I looked at and was like, what in the hell are they doing?
Okay.
And he wasn't hired as a head coach. He was hired as an offensive coordinator. The Giants' ex-head coach. What was his name? Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
Who would hire this guy?
Just bring him back?
Like, that's the main hiring. Where I'm like, okay, you need an offensive coordinator. So you go get the guy who coached the Giants when they were averaging 5 points a game.
When they ran him into the ground.
Yeah. I don't get that. That's one of the hirings that makes you look and say, all right, what are we just regurgitating these guys? Keeping them hired, keeping them in the loop.
Yeah, okay. Again, Byron Leftwich should have had the Jacksonville job. Maybe he's waiting for a better situation. Maybe
Well, did you hear it? Byron Leftwich actually took himself out of the running for that job.
Allegedly. That's the story that got leaked.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something else. And then Eric Bieniemy, I thought he would be number one on everyone's list.
Do you think
until like this Brian Flores story came out?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that all these other teams who still have openings are keeping him at arm's length.
Yeah.
Because now they have to wait and see the validity of all these allegations. I thought Brian Flores would be number one, Eric Bieniemy number two, Byron Leftwich number three. The best three candidates out there right now are all people of color.
Yeah.
And then here we are 2 months later, none of them have jobs.
Zero. I'll say this about Bieniemy. Here's a theory that I have. You have a young superstar quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's won a Super Bowl, has been to 3 in a row.
Yep.
You have a coach, Andy Reid, who's long in the tooth. Maybe he's like, okay, I'm waiting for Andy Reid to go ahead, move on, and I'll already have this great quarterback in place, so I don't have to go anywhere new, and it may be tough for him.
Yeah. It's a great gig too.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the perfect situation, why would you leave? Because if your front office can hang on to these guys, you got job security for a decade. Your team's going to be good for a decade.
Yep.
And you could just be in the rumors of head coaching year after year. And then once the right job opens up, whatever the right job is for you, you could take it, or you can sit around and try to wait out Andy Reid. Because he does not look like a healthy guy. He may he may be juicing with Jack LaLanne or whatever.
Yeah.
He may own a Jack LaLanne power juicer and he's going to live to be 110, but he does not look like the epitome of health.
No.
So Eric Bieniemy is just like sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah,
like,
it's going to happen.
And look, Andy Reid is air quotes only 63.
What?
He looks like 75. Right?
Yes, he looks
super
old.
He looks like any day could be his last.
Yeah.
Sorry if that was too much.
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley, exactly.
What do you think about the Raiders coach coaching hire of Josh McDaniels? Because I think I asked you this before. Would they keep the interim coach? And you thought, okay, with what the Raiders did this year, they should keep him. But they went and trying to become New England West.
Well, I think they should still keep him, but just as a coordinator. I thought it would be a good fit. I mean, the locker room loved him.
Right.
The players gushed over him. So, I mean, if you got that kind of relationship with your own team already, why don't you keep that guy? But Josh McDaniels, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels is the flashy hire. He's the big name. You know, he heard an interview with him this week, and he was very open and honest about his last head coaching gig.
Yeah.
When he had the stint with Denver.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just wasn't ready. Like, I didn't know how to do it. I couldn't do it. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't able to focus on my strengths because everything else was my weakness. And I think that's big. Instead of like, you could have thrown Denver under the bus or you could have made excuses, you know, he owned up to it. And I thought that was big.
I think this becoming the head coach of the Raiders is going to be a way bigger microscope than it was for him in Denver.
Sure.
He better be ready. He better be ready. He better be ready to deal with the consequences that comes with a team that plays in Las Vegas and also a team that is the Raiders.
In Las Vegas.
Yes.
Keeping all of these young millionaires out of trouble in Las Vegas. That's part of the job that it's not part of in a lot of other places.
You're right.
That's an extra responsibility if you're the Las Vegas Raiders football coach. Texans are yet to hire a coach. Dolphins are yet to hire a coach.
I don't think Houston can give away that job.
Houston again. And I'll tell you what, man, Houston might be the destination for Brian Flores if there is one.
Ooh, I like that.
Because the Houston organization loves ex-Patriot coaches. Houston is just filled with Patriot coordinators and special coaches. So, I mean, that's very likely. But I don't see, with the lawsuit pending and all the bad publicity, I don't see a team hiring Brian Flores, even though I think he was the best or second best candidate.
I think he committed NFL coaching suicide when he did this.
Sure.
He's out of there.
What do you call it? Seppuku?
Yeah.
Seppuku? Is that what it's called?
I think that it is what it's called.
Yeah. That's exactly what he did.
Jim Harbaugh. You think do you believe him when he says he's done trying to be an NFL coach?
Man.
He had a good run with the 49ers. I would think he would give another shot, but he told Michigan earlier this week, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not thinking about anybody anymore but Michigan.
Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the Dallas Cowboys in 2024.
Ooh.
Put that down right now. Write it down right now.
Do you think he could coexist with Jerry?
Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harbaugh seems too fiery.
He's hard. Oh. If anybody is going to tell Jerry Jones, shut up and let me do my job, it's Harbaugh.
I think that the type of football that he coaches and wants to play, Jerry is not having that in Dallas. He wants the flash.
Sure.
He wants the
Remember, he butted heads with the 49ers management, the general manager, about how he wanted to run his team. And Hairball told him to go jump in the lake.
Hairball. I don't believe for a second what he told Michigan. If you felt that way, you would have never taken the interview with Minnesota.
Even the Vikings, it's not like it's a super premium job.
Right.
How do you
Jim Harbaugh?
You spend 9 minutes in the hiring, talking to him in a 9-hour interview.
9 hours.
What do you get out of that?
He was begging. Get me out of Ann Arbor, please.
He kept looking at that roster, and right at the top of the roster it says QB Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
and he's like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm out. I ain't going 8-9 every year my whole career, and people hate me.
Can we put Cook at quarterback?
Yes. Just do Wildcat every single play.
Yes.
When we get back, Albuquerque Journal's Jeff Grammer joins us. You're listening to Dave and Buster's Presents 2 Men On, and we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. More sports-adjacent talk and more Lobo talk when Jeff Grammer gets back. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
slowdowns continue this afternoon southbound on I-25 as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until about Montgomery. I-40 westbound from the interchange to Rio Grande moving slow. And we're seeing a lot of slowdowns this afternoon southbound on Coors at Montano.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Well, every other station calls it the big game. We call it the Super Bowl because we're Albuquerque's exclusive home for Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl pregame starts at noon for the Super Bowl, not the big game.
They're going to the Super Bowl. They are going to the Super Bowl.
Ah, that feels good. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Your home for the Super Bowl every year is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. If the insurance companies treated you fair after you've been in an accident, we wouldn't be in business. They have teams of adjusters, investigators, and attorneys that are all working against you and want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When we call, the insurance companies listen. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't settle for less. Call Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Lerner Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
See website for details on our 2-month subscription offer. Ladies, lose weight, improve your health, and eat great with Nutrisystem. Get our new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant, portioned with half the calories. Beef and bean burritos, toasted ravioli, sesame beef and broccoli. Easy to prepare and made in minutes. The secret? Advanced nutritional science that helps keep your blood sugar levels steady and you losing weight. With Nutrisystem, you get your breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks all delivered right to your door. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off all plans. Don't wait. This special offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ever have questions about your prescriptions, even in the middle of the night? Well, Walgreens now offers pharmacy chat 24/7, so you can ask an expert about things like the correct dosage of your medications or possible side effects. Speaking of side effects, the side effect of getting your questions answered at 2 a.m.? Sleeping much easier for the next 6 hours. Try pharmacy chat today or tonight, online or on the Walgreens app.
Find more jobs on the new Monster.com. Jobs for night owls, early risers. Jobs for people who do their best thinking in the morning, or the evening, or the shower, or with TV cameras pointed in their face. Jobs for people who like the way they look in scrubs, or in cowboy hats.
Wind chill up in Colorado Springs was -2, -3.
A voice for radio. With more advice and jobs for careers.
That was this morning's temperature in Colorado Springs, where they're going to be.
Monster.com or download her.
No. With a wind chill? Oh.
So in life, throws you O's. to save. Better get Mako.
Go to Mako.com for an online estimate today.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10.
Smooth as
You can go long if you want.
smooth as ever.
On 95.9 FM and
Ooh. And you're up.
Welcome back, Duke City. You're sitting in with 2 Men On, and we are sitting pretty in the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studios, grooving to the soothing sounds of DJ Mikey V, playing us some Stevie Ray. We start our days at the YMCA, and I encourage you to start your day at the Y as well, and I also encourage you to find your why. 505-246-0610. Join us on the Sports Animal Hotline. Just like friend of the show, friend in real life, Albuquerque Journal's very own Jeff Grammer is joining us right now. What's happening, my guy?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good night, my man.
Good.
Apparently, I was just informed that it's -2 in Colorado Springs right now. Thank goodness the boys get to play ball inside.
I'm telling you, man, like Mountain West travel in February and January, like both of those are just, they're killer, man. Like up in Laramie, Wyoming, where the wind chill's a good 50 degrees below sometimes, and Fort Collins. And now all that said, on Monday night I was in San Diego. So,
Yeah. Wow.
That one wasn't too bad.
Sure. You going up to Colorado Springs?
Yeah, I'm not going till tomorrow, but yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Your Lobos are on the road in Colorado Springs. They face Air Force at 6 p.m. What's going to be the key to this game? Because I think just bouncing back, and I hate to say this because I'm such a Lobo homer and I'm such a Coach Patino homer, that they kind of got embarrassed this last one out. How do they save face and rescue this one?
So yeah, no, embarrassed is absolutely what happened on Monday. They kind of knew the matchup wasn't good. I sort of knew the matchup wasn't good. They were going to get beat up. It was sort of bully ball. The bigger, stronger team was bigger and stronger and kind of played like that. So the thing about the Air Force game tomorrow is this: there are 3 teams kind of at the bottom of the Mountain West right now, and it's San Jose State, who the Lobos beat up really bad last Friday.
Yep.
And Air Force, and UNM, who is trying to rebuild and kind of be on the upswing. But Air Force is the team that is not going to be nearly as talented as San Diego State was, or many other teams in the Mountain West. They are, by design, a service academy school that does not give athletic scholarships. They're allowed to have 30 players on their roster as a result, but none of them are on scholarship. That doesn't mean they don't have players who are aren't good enough to play Division I. It's a few Division I caliber players who chose to go to the academy is usually what they have.
Right.
But what they are is disciplined. And it's sort of a cliche, overused sort of cliche when you talk about service academy schools, but there's something to it. They are all required to have at least one extracurricular activity when they're a cadet in the academy.
Uh-huh.
For those that choose basketball, they are very much using those extracurricular activities to keep building the discipline, the regimen of kind of doing the same thing over and over again to help them in what they are learning to become, which is officers in the U.S. Air Force. So that's sort of, it all kind of plays together for a reason. Their football team runs the option and does it really well for that reason. Their basketball team runs a slow, methodical Princeton offense that nobody else in the country really runs at this point, not as slow as they do anyway. But they do it because that's their only chance to beat up a team that has a bunch of Division I athletes that might go on to play professionally, whereas these guys are all hoping to maybe, fly jets for the United States Air Force one day. They're not really going to play professional basketball. So that's sort of where you're at with the real basic general matchup. But the other thing, the big thing you're going to have to look for in the game tomorrow is out of 358 Division I programs, Air Force is the, I think, 13th slowest in terms of how slow they play. They take a lot of time on offense. They defend like crazy and make you take a lot of time on defense, whereas the Lobos are the 20th fastest. So 341 speed tempo versus the 20th fastest team in the country out of 358. So those are the contrasting styles that tomorrow's game is going to be pretty much all about.
Air Force is running the Norman Dale offense there. That's what they're running.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they pretty much are. Backdoor cuts and just a bunch of screens and stuff like that. They get a lot of shot clock violations, and they're okay with it because they're trying to kill the clock anyway.
Huh.
So if at the end of a 30-second shot clock they don't actually get a shot, it's not the worst thing in the world. They just wasted 30 seconds on one possession rather than, forcing a shot up in the first 10 seconds and giving the other team more time to score. They'd rather even the odds by just, making the game as slow as possible and eating up clock.
Jeff, I wanted to talk about a story that I've been seeing develop on Twitter. Has to do about the team that I will not name down in Las Cruces. There's no concessions being sold at Pan Am Center anymore due to people not following mask mandates. And I've been seeing fans of the Lobos questioning if that could happen at the pit. What's your take on that?
New Mexico State has not been enforcing their mask mandate, the state mask mandate, pretty much all season. They did choose not to go to a vaccination or negative test requirement that UNM chose to do in late December and did throughout January and is still doing today. But NMSU chose not to, and they had 12,000 fans at a game last week against Grand Canyon, and kudos to them. There's not too many WAC games that have ever broken 10,000 fans in a game ever. And we're talking, even 20 years ago, they weren't doing that. So they had a huge game. They made sure to show everybody. It was on TV. It was on a lot of social media, the pictures, and nobody was wearing masks. Yep. And it got to the point where they, kind of had a sort of an enough is enough sort of, you can't keep flaunting that you're not enforcing the mask mandate. You can't keep doing that in public like this. This just isn't going to work anymore. And I think there was a conversation had that said, well, we can't enforce it if they have drinks and sodas. And the quick reply to that was, okay, no more concessions then.
Ooh, boom.
I'm a little confused though. I will say this, Dan Arvizu, the chancellor at New Mexico State that made this decision, I'm a little confused why that's the approach. If there isn't mask compliance and there is a state requirement that in events like that, there's supposed to be mask compliance, why don't you step up the enforcement of the mask compliance rather than killing a revenue source for one of the two Division I programs in the state that right now during this legislative session are asking for money as they do every single year? You're killing one of their biggest revenue sources a year after both teams lost their entire home schedule and couldn't play a single home game. Both schools now have really poor attendance overall as a result of both mask mandates and the vaccination requirements. That's a whole other topic about the appropriateness of all that. Obviously, there's a pandemic going on, so those are decisions for other people. But the reality is there's a financial component here. And all NMSU decided to do to respond to it is rather than step up enforcement, kill another one of their own revenue sources. And that's sort of hurting themselves rather than any sort of state requirement that's hurting them. They chose to do this, and it's just not the right decision in my mind.
Yeah, I lived in Las Cruces. I think I lived in Las Cruces the same time you did, Jeff. So we're going to have to swap some war stories down there. But Las Cruces is like a self-loathing people sometimes. It's like, we can't have nice things. Well, I guess we won't have nice things. And just punish you. Just punish it. We'll show you how little we can do with nothing.
Yeah, this one is sort of despite their what's the saying that I'm forgetting here? They cut their nose despite their face, or whatever. And I just don't understand why this was the reaction. Now, that said, they had a game last night, only had 4,000 something announced fans there. Were really frustrated. They didn't. I know I talked with their athletic director today. The revenue was not good from last night's game, and the coach was after the game saying, "Look, guys, like this is an 18-3 basketball team. If you want to support this team, if you have problems with all these decisions, that's fine. But like to take it out on the team and not coming to the team, so they're sort of in the same spot the Lobos have been in all year. Like, come support the team. We didn't have a season at all in the state last year. This year, show your support by supporting the team and find your way to protest or show your disapproval of certain decisions in another way, but don't hurt the team." The thing with with the Aggies is they weren't going to have another big game attendance-wise probably the rest of the season after that Grand Canyon game. So they have 4 games left now, and I don't think any of them were really going to probably break the 6,000 maybe-ish mark in attendance. Now, that said, they might get a whole bunch of people out there tomorrow because they really did a rallying cry after last night's game to get as many people as they possibly can to the Pan Am Center. So maybe tomorrow night people do come out to support them kind of in protest of the no concessions, which is sort of what they didn't do last night.
Jeff, we're up against it, but I want to ask you about this Brian Flores story. Number one, are you versed in it? Number two, do you think what the level of validity is here? And number three, have you experienced any of this throughout your sports journalism career? Have you heard any other pay for loss schemes?
Pay, no, nothing really specific, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that coaches and programs have very almost directly, if not come right out and said it, there have been a lot of teams that have tanked on purpose to try and get draft picks. There's sayings every year, whoever the best college player is. A couple years ago with the Miami Dolphins, the very common phrase was tank for Tua, the quarterback they got from Alabama, when everybody thought he was going to be the next great thing in the NFL. So there are absolutely there are approaches of different franchises to lose games or be as uncompetitive as you can so you get better draft picks. So I don't think it's entirely far-fetched, but I have never heard a specific, let me put it on paper so I can get caught down the road kind of thing, where an administrator at a program or a front office guy basically said, we will pay you this much money to lose games. I haven't heard that.
My mind was blown when, money was involved, because a lot of teams, almost every professional sports league, some team is constantly tanking, whether it's obvious to everybody or just within their organization. So to hear the pay, it ruins the integrity of the sport. And I think if they have definite proof, you just got to get rid of everyone top to bottom.
Yeah, there needs to be something done if they can prove it. I think there does need to be something done. You don't put a dollar figure on it. You take care of it in other ways, which is what's been happening for years. Not saying that's the right way to do it either, but there's sort of been an understood way of doing this for years. To actually put a dollar figure on it was just stupid.
Jeff, you are always a wealth of experience and talent, and thanks for being a friend, and thanks for being a friend of the show.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
When we get back, we're going to have some fun with John Lopez. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Make this year the best Valentine's Day ever.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, sugar.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you.
You can win $250 to John Thomas Jewelers. Beautiful flowers from People's Flowers. Delicious Valentine's Day candy from the Candy Lady. And a champagne tasting for 2 at Gruet. Text LOVE to 5-246-0610 right now from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This hour of 2 Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to Burn Code.
Get back 505-991-3386.
These lose weight, improve your.
Sure, I'll give them a call. Thank you.
With Nutrisystem. Get our new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant, portioned with half the calories. Beef and bean burritos, toasted ravioli, sesame beef and broccoli. Easy to prepare and made in minutes. The secret? Advanced nutritional science that helps keep your blood sugar levels steady and you losing weight. With Nutrisystem, you get your breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks all delivered right to your door. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off all plans. Don't wait. This special offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or maybe German to land a new job, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology
John is standing by.
experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for.
10 minutes here.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM.
And back to Europe.
The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. As always, we are rocking in the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. And speaking of John Lopez, look who we have here on the Sports Animal Hotline. John Lopez of John Lopez Real Estate himself. What's happening, my guy?
Gentlemen, man, it feels so good to be back on the radio with you guys. I miss you guys. I miss being in the studio, man. When's this going to be over?
Oh, man. I predict when it starts to warm up, our corporate regulations, our corporate overlords will take it easy on us, and you can start showing up and hanging out with us in studio because you know how much fun we always have in here.
Oh, I'm telling you guys, you definitely don't have faces for radio, so I miss it, man. I can't wait to get back in there.
Missed you at O'Neill's yesterday. Usually come and hang out with the boys at O'Neill's, but you're a busy dude, and your schedule, I couldn't even imagine the amount of megabytes it takes to fill up your Google Calendar. You're so busy. What's going on in John Lopez's world right now?
Well, first and foremost, being a son of God, and second, being a dad to 6 amazing kids. Other than that, we have a little bit of real estate happening daily, construction happening, and seeing New Mexico, especially Albuquerque, grow like I have never seen in the 25 years that I've been blessed to be in this industry. We are growing, and it is out of control, and I'm loving it. It's just great. It's a little challenging for some buyers. Sellers are loving life right now, but we are breaking records every single day.
Hey, man, I got to ask you about this multi-million-dollar listing you had, the one where you shot a music video.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Is this thing sold already? Are you getting some interest or?
I'm getting a lot of interest, some recording contract interest, but I'm looking for a purchase contract. Yep, the Rio Castle. You go to www.riocastle.com, and that right now is a $3.2 million home sitting on our glorious Rio Grande River, backing right up to it. You can literally sit down in your pool and throw your fishing rod in. This house is amazing. You got 14,000 square feet of the most amazing construction that you've ever seen. The home looks straight out of Hampton Magazine. That's how unique and beautiful this property is. And we have it listed at $3.2 million. It's a great deal at $230 a square foot. It's like the best deal here in New Mexico.
Hey, John, don't forget about me and Van if you ever need any like models or anything. Like I don't care what it is. We could do it. between me and him, I don't know about Fred now, but between me and Van, we can get that done for you.
Well, with Fred, we'd have to lift up the picture just because his head would be chopped off if he took a picture of all four of us. But we could do.
Well, I mean, almost any house except for the Rio Castle house, because if you see pictures of me in there, they're like, "There's no way this guy can afford this house. There's just no way. This is too unbelievable. I don't believe these pictures."
Yeah.
Well, when you go to my website at the Rio Castle, which is a custom domain specified for the Rio Castle that I created, it's a marketing advantage to have its own domain. You'll see the most amazing pictures. Even if you're just curious to see what a $3.2 million hashtag, $50 million home in pretty much East or West Coast looks like, please take a look at it. You won't even believe it's part of New Mexico when you see that river running and, the ceilings and the quality. It's amazing property. I'm glad you brought that up because it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I've been following on the social media the process in this house, and I thought it's just so cool. Like you shot a friggin' music video from there. That's how cool this house is. So John, they made it official last week. Your boy Big Ben is officially retired. What did you do? Did you light a candle? Did you burn an effigy? Did you pour out a little liquor? Like where's your heart at right now?
Well, I was surprised. Not. It wasn't a big stretch. Ben was gonna bow gracefully. I kind of think that last game in Pittsburgh was kind of like his retirement game, and after that was just some fun time. But it was due, maybe a little overdue, and I'm excited to see what we bring in next. The kid from Pitt's been talking about it. I even heard Mikey say that Garoppolo was thinking about looking our way, and he thinks our team's pretty good. And I think we have a lot of great stuff ahead of us. I think we got the core foundation, we got the locker room. We just need that leader to pop right in.
So, John, the boys were going to Super Bowl Media Week. I have to ask you, if you had one dream interview to give at any Super Bowl, any future Super Bowl, who would that interview be with?
Wow, with any team, any person?
Any person in history, anyone.
In history?
Yes.
In history. Wow, that one is deep. I'd have to go back and say I would have to go to the year Franco Harris caught the Immaculate Reception. That's just, I think that whole process was a huge mistake that turned into something that was so unbelievably, ingrained in the NFL history that it's just amazing. I would love to talk to him, and I'd really want to ask him, were you being lazy? Were you? Because that's what I heard.
Yeah.
He was being lazy on the last play, and Terry just threw it up. He saw black jersey and threw it up, and all of a sudden history was made with that. I'd love to find out the truth on that. That would be the interview I'd go for.
That's awesome.
All right, what about for people like me who can't afford a $3.2 million house?
Like
me too. Give me
and Robert and Mikey.
All of us.
For us normal, us common folk, us peasants, us plebeians. What's the market look like for us, Robert, who can't afford a $3.2 million home on the river?
I love it. Well, just for you, I pulled the stats as I do every day.
Thank you.
And we finally broke the 300 mark. Now, as of this afternoon at 6:51, 5:51, we literally had 400 single-family homes for sale. We had been in the high 300s for a while, so we got 400 single-family homes on the market for sale right now. Now, out of those 400, we've got 59 that are under 250,000, and I've got 29 that are under 200,000. But before you start judging and thinking, wow, the inventory's low, like I've said in the past, it's a low revolving inventory because currently I have almost 1,100 homes in pending, which is pretty record-breaking for February. So with 1,100 homes in pending, if it took 40 days to sell a home instead of the 7 days that it takes right now, we'd probably have 3,000 homes on the market. We just got people moving here. We got people moving to Shaky. We got Albuquerque, New Mexico growing, boys. So it's a good time right now.
The best in the business, John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy. We're so honored to be friends of yours, John, on the program and in real life. Any info to hit the loyal listeners and friends of the show with before we let you go?
Nope, just want to make sure that they have that positive attitude if you're going into looking for homes or selling your home. Help lead your realtor to make sure that they don't get down and out, because it is some work showing property. You're going to have to put some offers in. You're going to have a real positive mindset, so that way you can go through the process and enjoy it. You may lose an offer or two or even three, but just be excited, because that's just one more off the list, because the next house may be yours. So stay positive, get out there and make your moves, because it's only going to get more expensive, guys. Rates are only going to be climbing. Sarah Gomeyer at One Trust is telling me the rates are going to start creeping up. So we need to get her, get you in touch with her or whoever your lender of choice is. And let's just get out there and get in the game.
You heard it right there. John Lopez Real Estate, Coldwell Banker Legacy. Honored to be in the John Lopez Real Estate, Coldwell Banker Legacy studio. The best in the biz, John Lopez. Appreciate you, my buddy.
Love you guys. Love you, ABQ. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Take it easy.
Week.
I think I'm really excited for us to be able to open up the studio again.
Yeah.
Because we like having John here longer than just one segment.
Yeah.
Because he's always doing amazing things in the community. He's always doing what's best for Albuquerque, and he always has his hands in something really cool that's helping someone.
Correct.
He's constantly doing something charitable in the Albuquerque community. So big shout out to John Lopez, #1 friend of the show. When we get back, the varsity of something. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Discover thousands of dollars in new tax credits and your biggest refund guaranteed with Jackson Hewitt. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros to get a head start on your taxes. Go to jacksonhewitt.com to learn more and find a location near you. This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
See website for details on a 2-month subscription offer. Ladies, lose weight, improve your health, and eat great with Nutrisystem. Get our new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant. Portioned with half the calories. Beef and bean burritos, toasted ravioli, sesame beef and broccoli. Easy to prepare and made in minutes. The secret? Advanced nutritional science that helps keep your blood sugar levels steady and you losing weight. With Nutrisystem, you get your breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks all delivered right to your door. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off all plans. Don't wait. This special offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/goals right now and get 50% off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/goals.
I'm here at the Big Game Headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score change will draw one winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of 50 U.S. and D.C. of age majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing lender licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities do not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way.
Ever have questions about your prescriptions, even in the middle of the night? Well, Walgreens now offers pharmacy chat 24/7, so you can ask an expert about things like the correct dosage of your medications or possible side effects. Speaking of side effects, the side effect of getting your questions answered at 2 a.m.? Sleeping much easier for the next 6 hours. Try pharmacy chat today or tonight, online or on the Walgreens app.
Find more jobs on the new Monster.com. Jobs for night owls, early risers. Jobs for people who do their best thinking in the morning, or the evening, or the shower, or with TV cameras pointed in their face. Jobs for people who like the way they look in scrubs, or in cowboy hats, or tool belts. Even jobs for people who think they have a voice for radio. With more advice.
Stand by.
For career switchers, new grads, and digital nomads, Monster has all you need to find the right fit. Go to thenewmonster.com or download our app today.
There's only one road, and there's only one home for Rome.
Nice strategy, brah.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10.
Back to you, you're up.
0.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Last segment of the day. It's such a nice little mix of like happiness and sadness. I'm sad we got to go.
Yeah.
But I'm happy we did another killer program. How about that?
I'm with you.
The yin and the yang of sports adjacent content on the radio here at 2 Men On of 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Check out I9 Sports. Your kid need a hobby? Your kid want to play sports? Your kid want to do something completely unique? Well, they can help you out with everything. 505-312-4999, league office 280 at i9sports.com or i9sports.com and just search 280. Albuquerque, New Mexico is league office 280. Today's I9 varsity is the varsity of coaches who would 100% take money to lose. So
it sounds funny.
Almost every time we have a varsity, we establish the varsity throughout the show. We were having so much fun today, we just blew through the show and realized last segment we didn't have a varsity. So Robert Buck D. Gibson suggested the varsity of coaches who are totally on the take. You want to go first or me?
I'm going first.
Hit me.
The first coach I thought of, it wasn't his college days. It's his pro days. PJ Carlissimo.
Okay.
He would have took a dive to get that money to pay people to beat up Latrell Sprewell after he got choked out.
I like that. All right.
PJ Carlissimo.
Have to hit up PJ Carlissimo not only to go beat up Latrell, but also get a massage for that neck because you know his neck hurt. Latrell's a big, strong dude with giant hands.
And his name just sounds like this mob boss, PJ Carlissimo.
Hey, forget about it. It's PJ Carlissimo. Get out of here.
I can't use that accent without cursing. So I did.
It was so hard.
I know. I was trying to think. I said, I can't do it.
Nope.
It sounds great, but it's not radio friendly.
All right. Number one on my varsity of coaches on the take. The coach of the Western University Dolphins in Los Angeles, Coach Pete Bell. He knew that Anthony and Shaq were on the take. He knew what was going on behind the scenes.
I love it.
Why not him get his piece too?
Yes.
So Nick Nolte, a.k.a. Coach Pete Bell of the Western University Dolphins of Los Angeles, will definitely be on the take.
I'm going to go with a former Oakland Raider coach, Lane Kiffin, from 36 under.
Okay.
The young Lane Kiffin.
The young Lane Kiffin.
That face just looked like, I'll do whatever. If I can't win, I'm still going to win. He'll definitely take a boatload of money to do whatever. Lane Kiffin is my second coach.
All right, next on my I9 varsity of coaches who would 100% be on the take. Division I FBS college football team, Eastern State University Timberwolves, Coach Sam Winters, a.k.a. James Conn, but Coach Sam Winters, he would do anything to win. He let his players get away with murder. Why not take it one step further and be on the take? So Coach Sam Winters of Eastern State University Timberwolves would 100% be on the take.
I got one. Let's go to baseball. Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie would take the money and then argue to the umps about nothing just so it can look like he's not trying to lose, especially with the White Sox. I got to go with Ozzie Guillen as a coach / manager who would be on the take.
All right, next on my I-9 varsity of coaches who would be on the take. It's a little bit of a throwback here, but in the ABA, the coach of the Flint Tropics, one Jackie Moon, would definitely be on the take. Not because he's a man of low moral character, but he would do anything to make sure that his team stayed afloat and remained in the ABA. So in the varsity of coaches who would 100% be on the take, the Flint Tropics Jackie Moon.
I got to go with a coach who actually won a Super Bowl.
Ooh.
I got to go later on in life when he was down in the Bayou. Mike Ditka. He was a quirky little something with the Saints.
Okay.
I don't know if it was because he was close to riverboats or whatever. He did some crazy things down there. So there's nothing that I say he wouldn't have done as a Saints quarterback. So my next coach will be Mike Ditka. He definitely would have been on the take as the head coach of the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. I could see that. Okay. Coach of the Urbania, Ohio, Little Giants, one Danny O'Shea. I think he wanted to beat his brother so bad, he would do anything to just beat him in one game. Luckily, he was able to outcoach his brother and win that one game. But I think his thirst for victory would be so strong that he would definitely be on the take and take some money.
It's funny you said Urbania.
Okay.
Because this coach, his name is a part of that word.
Oh, here we go. I knew this one was coming.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
With Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Now, if Khan said, look here, we had it once, let's do it again, he would have definitely taken the bait just because he wanted more money to go out to clubs and meet blonde women.
Yeah, 100%.
Urban Meyer definitely is with this type of action.
I mean, I bet he was in his previous gigs, too. You make so much money as an NFL head coach. Why be on the take?
How about Coach Craig T. Nelson?
Oh,
Coach.
You beat me. That was going to be my last one.
The Minnesota State Screaming Eagles?
Coach.
No way.
Coach.
That is a man of character, integrity. Maybe Dauber, though.
Yeah.
Dauber would probably be on the take.
Yeah.
Like an old gambling debt or something. Like his dad. Got caught up in the mafia. And he had to pay off his dad's debt. So Minnesota State Screaming Eagles started throwing games. Hell of a varsity today, boys. Hell of a show today, boys.
Yes. Flew by once again.
Big shout out to our guest, Kim Kirshner of Locker 505, Rebecca Zook of the Albuquerque Isotopes, Jeff Grammer of the Albuquerque Journal, and John Lopez of John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy. Thanks for all the callers and the texters and the input on Facebook Live and the texts on the personal text line, excuse me. And I couldn't repeat a lot of those, but I got a lot of good feedback today. I might have stole one of your jokes too. So that's one of the things you get to do. If you know me personally and you text me something super funny, I just might steal it and put it on air as my own. I'm on the take too, but just for jokes.
You're with that?
Thanks to Robert Buck D. Gibson for sitting in, as he always does, on Friday and Monday.
20.
And catch the boys next week, because the boys are at the bowl all next week.
Okay, I'm excited now.
The best interviews, the best segments, the most fun, the biggest stories. You've been listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The biggest